Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby, y'all. J.
So, you know, 2-5 is running around in the streets. You right? I'm dark skinned, 2-5 dark skinned. So they think I'm 2-5.
Y'all about
We in Miami, everybody out here, Jay, Dame, Biggs, State Prop, everybody out here. If you fly out here, you can meet Dame. I'll introduce you to him. He want to meet you. I tell my manager,
now. Let's
give you the quick the schools that I like when I really started looking at the schools. It was UConn. It was Pittsburgh. I had Clemson. I had NC State. I had Cincy.
I'm just seeing every jersey with
I
his
had
name on it.
Texas.
He was older, so he played with the Gauchos.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it was an easy transition to go right to the Chos. They had a lot of white players. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And and to be honest with you, you had to be really disciplined to know what you want, because I played AAU and I know it's like that team you was on.
Man, everything is good, man. Everything is blessed, man. Just happy to be here.
Yo, Sham, you don't understand how legendary this interview is going to be for us, for our platform. Bro, you don't understand. You got to be the only guy I know that in the basketball game, period, because there's a lot of killers. We even gonna put Jordan up there. We're gonna put Kobe up there. But I don't know if everybody ever invented a move that they all use. Right or wrong, Joe? You never seen Kobe Sham?
Yeah.
Of course, man. Get out of bomb, Joe. I couldn't believe it when I seen Kobe Sham. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I'm not gonna front. I seen Sham playing pickup ball in Rucker one day. Pickup ball, shirts and skins. And he had the niggas playing zone. Facts. Yeah, but wait. So before we get deep into the interview, how does that feel, like as a player to invent a move that I think it'll be around forever?
I mean, it's just a humbling experience, to go through every day. Like I said, I never set out to do none of that. I just wanted to be the best basketball player I could be. I loved dribbling growing up, and growing up, that was my passion. That's what I really love. I became obsessed with it, and then it just took on a life of its own. So, like I said, it's just a humbling experience. It's a lot of players I looked up to. One of the great point guards I looked up to, he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think tomorrow, Tim Hardaway. And I got the pleasure to be working with his son now, with the Dallas Mavericks every day. So
word.
Is like I said, it's a surreal moment. My life is like going in full circle. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
No, congratulations, man. You deserve it too, man, because you've always been a humble dude, and that's what I think. Besides the move and besides the history that you have in the game, I just think the fact that you're very humble, and people like that, man. Especially dealing with what's my man's name, Mark Cuban.
Nah, it's just that I know where my talent come from. You know what I'm saying? My talent come from God. It's not my talent. It's not my talent to hold back or take away. So, I just live in the moment. Just like I said, work every day. It's just who I am. I grew up around great people, great players. That's the one thing I've been blessed in life, to be one of the kids that, even though the circumstances wasn't great, I was always blessed to grow up around great people. Like growing up in Harlem, growing up around Mace, Cameron, then like Ray Foster, Stephon Marbury, Kareem Reed. I just think the 90s was great. And then like even playing the McDonald's All-American game with like KG, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, Chauncey Billups, which we all close friends.
It's crazy. Yeah, because I seen the picture. I seen the picture that you put on your Instagram.
Yeah,
and it
that's my
seemed
picture
like
from the McDonald's. Yeah,
I know, but the crazy thing about it, me and my man in the moment. Shout out to In the Moment. We was talking about. It seemed like you was the life of wherever you were, because you could see Vince Carter Chauncey
Yeah,
Billups,
yeah,
all of them just around you. Because I know they were
yeah,
from other states. Because being
yeah,
from
yeah.
New York at that time was something serious.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's what made it better. You know, not saying that this era don't have that because there's kids in this era that have that, but you know, the era I grew up in, it was like a lot of word of mouth. So you really had to be
Yeah,
doing something. You really had to be doing something for people to think you was nice. You know, and like you said, in that picture, I always laugh and joke, and I always like to say, I always like to say, I'm your favorite player. You know what I'm saying? And if you
facts.
look at the picture, like you said, I'm in the middle and everybody's around me, and that's how it's always been. It wasn't like nothing to be like braggadocious about, but that's how it's always been. It's always been, we always have the New York swag, and I always, the one thing about dribbling is an art. So it's like dancing, it's like music. So it's like if you become great at that, then people around you will recognize that. And even when I was in the McDonald's All American game, the one thing I could do was dribble better than mostly everybody. So of course they were asking me like different questions. Like I remember like KG used to always ask me, man, can you show me this move? Can you show me that move? Can you show this move? So even amongst like the greatest players, and even when I was a rookie and I got with Wizards, and I remember I got in the game against the Lakers, I had to be like, my rookie, I didn't really play, so it had to be like 5 minutes left in the game. They subbed me in for something, subbed me in, and Shaq was on the sideline, and I didn't even know Shaq, and he's like, "Oh, that's Shammgod. Yo, you better put it on them. This and that." And me and
Crazy,
Kobe,
right?
me and Kobe was already friends because, I met him when he first came over, when he first came back to the United States, and rest in peace. I was teaching him how to dribble and stuff like that. So
Wait,
that
you was
relationship,
teaching Kobe how to dribble?
yeah, in high school. So like,
Yeah, he said in high school, Tone.
yeah, so it's like,
But you know why? You know why that's a believable story? Because Kobe always was willing to learn. That's what made him so
yeah.
great.
But it's like even if you look at the history, like if you look at Kobe interviews or whatever, because what happened was when it happened, it was just something like I was a year older than him, so I was a senior, he was a junior. We played ABCD together, and he first came, and this when Tim Thomas was the #1 player in the country,
Facts.
and Cole,
Players.
yeah, and Cole just came over, and he played on my team, and I had just made McDonald's All American. And so he played on my team, and the team was supposed to be featuring me. And he came, he was taking all the shots. And I was like, man. And everybody on the team,
That's
when you kids, you just say, you just go at people. So, everybody on the team was like, man, who does God think he Jordan, man? This dude think he Jordan. Like, he walk like Jordan, talk like Jordan, like he just think he Jordan. And and we sitting there, we like, man, you ain't gonna never be no Jordan, man. You tripping.
yeah.
So then after the first game, you know, like I really wasn't like I wasn't feeling him. I was like, nah, this supposed to be my shine. He doing all this. I'm like, I ain't with this. So then what happened was his father came up to me after the first game and was like, yeah, my son, it's Kobe Bryant. This and that. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, he could do everything, but he really can't dribble. So then he was like, would you teach him
Wow.
how to dribble? And then Cole always showed me love, even in those moments where it was like weird. He was like, yo, man, I never seen nobody dribble like you. I never seen nobody dribble like you.
Word. No,
So
but it's the truth
so
though. Yo, yo,
so
so the
I'm being
crossover, everyone used to argue that the ball was not touching the ground.
yeah,
Remember that crossover? He's like, yo, the ball's not touching the ground. Yeah, because today they not to cut you off, but real quick, today they said whose handle is better, Shammgod or Kyrie Irving? And I said, no, and you know what I said? I said I can't say Kyrie Irving because he shams.
yeah, it's
Right?
funny because but it's like yeah, so I had told him, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be in the gym like 5 a.m. I was just saying it because I didn't think he wouldn't show up. So I was like, yeah, I'll be in the gym working out. So I got to the gym. I had to be like 6 or something. He was already in the gym, sweating everything.
Yeah.
So of course I was just showing him some stuff I do, whatever. So then me and him became that time period. We became a 25-year relationship, like friendship. So then what happened was I have never in high school, college, I have never told nobody that story. So when he was about to retire, he played Boston, and then the Boston people interviewed him and was like, you know, what are some of the things you look back, you know, in your career? And he was like, the craziest thing, I remember Shammgod taught me how to dribble. So that's how people first knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then of course everybody started interviewing me about it. But like y'all saying, people don't understand, like the Sham, that's cool. It's cool. But it's like one of those like bittersweet things for when it comes to me. And it's like, and that's why I said I take it so humbly, because it's like one of those bittersweet things, because if the people that saw me play in high school, because, you know, we didn't have Instagram, all this other stuff, but the people that like saw me live play, not that somebody told them something, but some people that saw me live play, the stuff that y'all saying now about the ball barely hitting the floor, stuff like that, people would say that's way better than the Sham.
No, you know what? Hold on. I got another movie. Just talking about that. And there's another movie. No, hold on, Tone. We was just talking about that. That Sham became the most famous move. But that wasn't the craziest shit you was doing. My shit. When I thought of the Sham move, I thought of the dribbling up the through the legs real fast up the court.
Real low.
And then you do the Sham.
Yeah, so it's like, so what happened was, it's like, I remember
Daddy's like, oh, he's in his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember 50 Cent was talking one day, and 50 Cent was like, man, no matter what songs I ever create, everybody will always want to hear in the club. So he was like, that's like bittersweet. And right at that moment when he said it, I said, I get it, because it's like, I remember when I was in a rookie year, I played in Summer League. That's when Kobe dunked on Ben Wallace. And I was telling the guy that was guarding him, I was like, yo, he gonna right the left cross. He gonna right the left cross. Because I showed him that. He gonna right the left cross. So he right the left cross, come down the middle, dunk on Ben Wallace. But every time I touched the ball in Summer League, they was like, oh, do the Sham, do the Sham, do the Sham. And it was the most like annoying thing in the world. Because I was like, yo, this is not even the coldest thing I ever did. Like, this is
it's like, not, bro.
Yeah, I'm like,
my shit was this. My shit was this too. When you dribble, you stop and you do the cross like that.
Yeah.
That's my shit. If you like my shirt,
yeah.
Not for sale, just so you know that. But these are the greatest. I got you up here. I got Steph, Kenny Anderson.
That's love. Definitely.
Those are my four favorite. But I like a lot of
Jose. Yo, I remember, and this is like I said before the internet. Yo, I don't know if you remember this. It was just probably another game to you, but you came to Stepanek your senior year.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
And yo, my man, my man Hassan, he was a football player, but he was good enough to play varsity basketball also.
I remember playing against Stepanek.
Okay, so do you remember this one play? Yo, it was like you was taking it easy and you was just shooting jump shots the whole game, and everybody was mad. It was like, yo, you ain't crossed nobody.
Yeah.
And then you hit my man Hassan with the Sham, and his sneaker came off.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, I know exactly what you're talking about. So it's like, you know, it's like funny. It's funny because, like, you know, we have these, you know, the internet, of course, we have all these weird debates about stuff, right? So it's funny because when people go back and forth, that's why I never get caught up in the back and forth about dribbling, about Sham, about anything, because I'm always like, people don't understand, like that stuff I was doing since like 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Okay, the world happened to see stuff in 97, and that's cool. But that stuff was done way before '97, way before the
No,
NCAA tournament.
we were babies. We were babies,
Yeah.
and it's the fact. Shout out to Pop in the building, but that's a fact.
Sir, Pop. Yes.
Yo,
So it's like,
you.
so it's like when people go back and forth about this and that, and I laugh because I'll be like, because even like when people do so even like when people do the sham and they do different versions, right? And I always laugh because I'm like, I have done all those versions, but they just saw one version because of the NCAA tournament. Because, you know, when we was coming up, high school games wasn't played like that and stuff like that. So the people that was there live, I think that's why they go so hard for me, and they get into these debates with people because they be like, yo.
Because they watch it on TV, you had to see it live.
Yeah.
Like you had to see a nigga body shake, a nigga body crack.
Not even that. It's because when they see me in high school, like to be real, like when I got to college and stuff, I was dribbling and I was practicing dribbling. It was cool. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with dribbling. So I dribbled probably every day of my life in high school. So when you see somebody that do something every day in those moments, it's totally different when you see somebody do something here and there. It's like now we can go on the court and I probably still drill better than most of the people I know right now. I can still get low, still do all that stuff.
Facts.
But it'll be crisp to people that see it because they never saw it. They'll be like, oh man, he that old and he can dribble like that, he that age. But if you've seen it when I was really practicing dribbling every day, it's a whole different feel. You know what I'm saying? Because like now, I can dribble crossover real low. Like when I work out with the Mavs to show people, they always be amazed at how low I dribble. But
yo, you be shaking them still on the Mavericks team?
Yeah, but y'all saw it.
He said, yeah.
I just know we used to walk in.
Hold on.
Yeah, so but the thing is, when y'all saw me cross, y'all be like, oh, when I saw him cross, it never hit the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The difference, like now, like when the Mavs players see me cross, they be like, man, you dribble like 2 inches off the floor. That's crazy, right? But when y'all saw me dribble, it's like, yo, it don't even hit the floor. So
it didn't even hit the floor, bro. It was like a yo-yo.
No, yeah, it was like, yo, carry.
So I remember one time. I remember one time playing against I played against St. Raymond's. This is like the year after Kareem Reed left. So I'm like, you know, Capital School Player of the Year. And I remember coming up the court and the ref was behind me. And I did a double cross and the ref called walk. Because he was like, the ball didn't touch the floor. So then that's like when the whole persona start coming like really crazy then. And I was like, everybody in the room was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, and then at halftime, me and him was talking, and he was like, man, he was like, I'm not gonna lie. He was like, from looking from behind you, he was like, I just thought you just had the ball in both of your hands and just like went back and forth and just ran. And then I showed him in front of him, and he was like, I'm not gonna lie, it still don't look like it hit the floor.
That's a fact.
Well,
the people in the comments got a lot of questions for you. I posted this. Yeah. You see that at the bottom of the screen? He says, Shay, asked them about the game in 55th with Barry from Auto Tops that year. What was that about?
Oh, Pop talking about when I killed.
Pop,
yeah. Pop talking about when I killed that game. And that's when I was doing the sham in 55th. And even in that game, like they'll tell you, like in that game, I did the sham to a double cross. Like I did it, cross, and then cross right back and went down the lane and caught a dunk. And so it's just stuff like that, you know. And like I said,
Jam, I got a move that people don't talk about that you probably even forgot that you had in the arsenal.
Which one?
I ain't gonna lie.
Backwards.
Nope. So when I knew sham was crazy in round ball, I saw this nigga do a spin sham.
The what? Yeah. The same hand.
The spin sham.
The same hand.
The spin. Yes. The spin sham was crazy.
Oh, I remember that.
The spin.
Remember that.
The spin and cross at the
I
same time.
remember being in the gym.
Yes.
Yeah. Spin cross at the same time. I do that now.
You definitely invented that.
Like
I
by
be-
the
I be
3-point
showing them-
line by the bench.
Yes.
Yeah,
It wasn't the top of the key. It was on the side.
Yeah,
Like
I'll
on
be
the,
showing them that. In the gym. The one hand cross, like the spin to the cross.
Yo,
But like I said, for me,
do you remember the
Yeah.
first person you like? I know you practiced it. Do you remember the first person you successfully hit with the sham?
Yeah, good question, Tom. Facts.
Let me see. Damn, I don't even know. It was probably in 155th Street, but I'm trying to think who I was playing against.
What age you think?
No, I knew what age. I was 14. Cause that's the first. That's
Damn,
that's when
crazy.
That's when they was calling me a freshman. Cause I was in the 9th grade, and I was the first 9th grader to play 55th. I remember that easy.
Shout out to mid-range Mike. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to my
let's
guy BG.
facts. So I'm glad we started with the dribbling, but that's getting towards the end, where the interview. Because I got a lot for you, Sham.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm here.
This is crazy right here tonight for us.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
I saw on the internet you moved to Harlem when you was 9.
Yeah, I moved to Harlem when I was 9 and went to PS 92. And when I went to PS 92, the best basketball players in PS 92 was, God bless the dead, my man Chief. One of my close friends, that was Chief cousin, Kenneth McCrae, they call him Kenny Head, and Mace. And they was the best ball players in there.
Okay, Tone, give him a bomb for that, because this is where we're going with this. This is where I wanted to lead up to.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? First of all, before we get there, okay, so you're 9, you moved to Harlem, playing ball with Mace and the other guys you named. What team would you say where it started everything for Sham?
For me, I would say for me it started in PS 92, the school I went to, because my Spanish teacher, Mr. Hirschberg, he really like introduced me to basketball, but I couldn't play, so I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then, like I said, then after that, when I was like, yeah, basketball is cool and stuff. And then, like I said, after that, Mace took me to 55th Street, and I was sitting in a tree, and I saw Mike Boogie, Future, Master Rob, Pookie Wilson, Dancing Doogie. Those are the people I knew off the top.
That's crazy.
So those was like, yeah, because it was an all-star game.
Facts.
So what caught my attention was because Future came up the court, he threw it back between his legs, like threw it back to Mike Boogie. Future opened his legs. Mike Boogie got on his knees and dribbled through his legs.
Crazy.
And that was like the coolest, the dopest thing I ever seen in my life. After that, they was like the Avengers.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That game Tip ain't played though, but Tip came after, and Tip was like, of course, Tip Dog is the one. Tip Dog is the one where I got the idea to spin cross, because Tip used to always spin and throw it between his legs.
Yeah.
So after watching that game, I immediately thought I was Malloy Naismith. Like, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the Future. Like, I'll be like, yo, this dude is crazy. This dude, because back then NBA games wasn't coming on TV like that.
Yeah, facts. We were just talking about that.
Yeah,
we was talking about that with Reggie Freeman.
Yeah, so this is the first time, I'm watching basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, because like I said, when I lived in Brooklyn, my father used to train boxers like Mark Breland and stuff like that. And
Thanks.
My father was a 5%er, so I used to always have to go to the mosque, do stuff like that. So, and I used to always be like into wrestling, karate, and boxing because my father was boxing. So I didn't know none of that stuff. So I was like not a super bad kid, but I was a bad kid. Like, I'm always getting in trouble wrestling and doing all this other stuff. So when I moved uptown, it was like a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, at this point, living in Brooklyn, like, dudes is like on the grimy, like dudes out there fighting every day, stuff like that. So when I moved uptown, it was like, you know how like we got this saying with people like, oh, that's black, like Atlanta's black Hollywood. This is black Hollywood. This is black that. When I moved to Harlem, it was black Hollywood for real, because I've never seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Only time I've been to Harlem before that is when I used to go to the rallies on 127th Street for the Gods and the Earths. So I used to have to go there the last Sunday of every month. So I was in and out. So I really never paid attention. So when I moved up there, it was like a whole new like world. You know, like Biggie always said, it was either you were selling drugs or you was hooping. You know, and at that point, my father had got locked up, so I knew, like, you know, going to visit him and stuff like that, I knew I never wanted to go to jail. So of course, it was those two options still there. Like I said, Mace took me there, went up there, and at this point, the best basketball player in Harlem at this point was a kid named Marquis Pilgrim.
Marquis Pilgrim?
Marquis Pilgrim. He was 12 years old, and they had him in the newspaper for shaking Isaiah Thomas to the floor, the real Isaiah Thomas.
What?
And camp. Yeah, no, he was nice. He was the, if you ask anybody in Harlem, he was the first like AI, because he played ball and football. Like, he was nice in football, nice in basketball, like super nice.
What happened to him?
He's been in and out of jail his whole life.
Oh man.
You know, and I told him, like I'm cool with his family, everything now, you know.
That's love. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
facts.
my boy Woods is married to his sister, because he was like one of my heroes, like Marquis Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, guys like him don't understand how much of an influence on like your life is, because you seen that a young kid could do it.
Yeah, because when I met him, I wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, when I first met him, we got into a fight. You know what I'm saying? His brother was nice. His brother Yoda was nice. You know what I'm saying? So when so we used to watch Biz play. Like, Biz would come to, it was this gym for people that's out there, Stone Gym. There's a gym called Stone Gym. Biz would come there, cleats on, football equipment, all that. Take that off, get 40. Get 40. Like, easy. You know what I'm saying?
Who you said?
And like, huh?
You said Philippe?
No. I said Biz, he'll come to Stone.
Oh, Biz, yeah.
He come there right after a football game, right after scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns. He come right there and get 40. So everybody's like, yo, Biz is crazy with it. And so then he got locked up. So then besides that, like, Cameron was nice. Like, Cam was real nice. Like, Cam was nice.
Yo, is that really the truth?
No. Cam was nice.
Everybody's saying that.
No. Cam and my man Wally Lynch, they was in the backcourt. They was crazy. Like, they was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. Like Kevin was nice. And my man G Dogs, my man Gary Saunders.
Facts. Shout out to Gary Saunders.
Yeah.
I just seen Gary Saunders. Facts.
Yeah, so like at that age, like I said, I really wasn't. I was okay. I didn't really know how to play. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So of course, when I moved to Harlem, I moved in the dead spot center of the Mecca of Harlem, like 142nd Street. Like, it was ball players on the right side of me, ball players on the left side of me, and killers on the block I lived on. So it was like in the Mecca of everything. Like, anything that was going on in Harlem that was popping, I was in the middle of all that.
Facts.
So
that's why you was always at Gaucho Gym. You was right across the bridge.
Yeah. So what happened was, all of them at that time, Kareem, Mace, Biz, Rafe. That's how when I first met Skip. Rafe, Steph. Crazy. They all played with Young Life.
Oh, Coach Thompson.
Yeah, Coach Thurman player, and you know what I'm saying. So Young Life was like.
Oh, I didn't know Thurman was Young Life.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Coach Thompson. My man, Coach Thompson owned it.
I think they called him Bouncy.
Yeah. So no, Young Life, because Ernie Lloyd's had Riverside. Young Life was on 129th Street, Salem Church, right? So Young Life was like Golden State Warriors, B. Like, if you was nice and you was a guard, if you didn't play with Young Life, you wasn't nice. That's how people looked at it.
I heard Young Life was the freshest team in New York City.
Yeah, didn't somebody at Young Life own a sneaker store or something like that?
The freshest everything. They fresh
Like
as
the
everything.
sweatsuits and everything, right?
The purple and yellow book, the bags and all that.
Listen. Young Life was hip hop. Like Young Life was like basketball players / bad boys / Rough Riders / Rockefeller.
Wow.
That's how the kids was. Like that's how the kids was.
It was like the
Thurn
gangster
was
team.
like, yeah, and Thurn was like the youngest, dopest coach ever at that point. Like
shout out to Thurn. That's crazy.
Yeah, everybody loved Thurn, right? So they took me there, and I was like, yo, these dudes is like action figures. Like Rafe coming from Queens, Rafe super nice. Skip to my Lou for people that don't know him as Rafe. Rafe up there, he cooking. Steph cooking. Steph come up there, he number 1 6th grade in the country. You know, Kareem Reed is a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the best player there was Marquis Pilgrim. And the thing about Marquis Pilgrim, he'd give you 30 and people were scared of him.
That's a fact.
So like, yeah, so like nobody wanted no fights with him, nobody like that. So it was him. Then my man Zig, they used to call Zig the Terminator. My man Melvin McKee, he was the point guard at Rice. They used to call him the Terminator. Used to be short, stocky, killing everything. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, so Zig lived on 140th Street. Ali Mo was from 140th Street. I moved to 142nd Street. Cameron and Andre Gobson's dead, my man Huddy Six, they lived across the street, and Gary Saunders.
Facts, Hud, yeah.
That's my man, yeah, damn.
So they lived across the street. So mind you, I'm in the middle of that. So I got Zig, Ali Mo, all of them on this side. God bless that. Big L was on
You
that.
talking about Zig that went to Rice?
Yes, Melvin McKee. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You talking about Ziggy? You don't even live on the block, though.
So Ziggy and them was over there. I'm over here on 142nd Street. So when I'm on 142nd Street, the older dudes on 142nd is like Sean Arnold, Ron Arnold. You know, the Arnold brothers, they nice. That's and Ali Moore's, God bless theirs, they cousins. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and like I said, Marquis lived up the block. Yoda lived up the block. So I was just put in the Mecca. If you go down the street to 145th Street Park, Jerry McCullough, Dennis McCullough, the McCullough brothers lived down there. It was these other two kids, Teddy and Bernard. They was nice. Like Bernard was super nice. You know what I'm saying? So I was just all around basketball. And what happened was when I moved up there, because like I said, my father used to train boxing, so I was already disciplined because like I was brought up that way, like boxing, 5% of doing my lessons, my 120s and all that. I had to do it. So I was very disciplined. So when I found something I loved, I just went all in. So they used to always be like, yo, can you play? And I'm like, yeah, I'm nice, but I never play. I'll always go at night. I'll always go at night and sneak in the back of the park and work out. And I used to practice all these dribbling moves, all this stuff, and do a whole bunch of stuff. So
shout out to Heck in the building.
Yeah, shout out. So when I first got there, I was like, I got to Young Life. I knew I wasn't on a level, so I was like, man, I ain't really on a level like that. So I'm like still practicing. So what happened was I had met a man named Ron Carlos that coached Menacing, God bless his dad. And I went to his team, and when I say he was like a second father. Like when I said like he loved me, like he put everything into me. Like, and every team I played on with him, it was my team. Even though it was other players, it was my team. It was like, yo, you have to be the one. And then what happened was my game grew rapidly because then I started playing against Young Life. I started playing against all these other people. And then shout out to my big bro, Storm and Norman. He had me play all the like hood tournaments, like Bird Classic, stuff like that. So of course I was getting all these reps, but I'm on a team playing against all these people. So now I'm going against all these superheroes. So of course I gotta do everything. So my game and my growth is like happening like this. And then like I said, while like those dudes were so ahead of their time, you know, they was the man in basketball, but they was the man off the court too. So they was going to parties, stuff like that. I wasn't doing that. I was going in the back of the park, working out every day. They'll walk past the park and see me in the park and be laughing like, yo, this dude crazy in the park. It's raining, it's snowing. And you know, and I just kept it going. And like I said, Ron Carlos was like feeding me like energy every day. And then, you know, once it clicked for me, it clicked because like I said, watching the thing that happened for me that was good was because I didn't have a big brother and my family wasn't into basketball like that. 55th gave me a passion and a love where it made me enjoy basketball. Like I wasn't even thinking about college, NBA. Like Steph, all them dudes, that was already in their mind already. Like Steph's the best 6th grade in the country, so he know he going to college or going to the NBA. You know, Ray for them, they always had people talk to them about this and that. For me, it was just like, man, I like basketball. This is cool. I love basketball. So I got to really enjoy those moments growing up because of, you know, when I watched Future and all them play, what they gave me the vision was that, man, the fans need to enjoy themselves. You know, even though you playing, you got to put on the show. And that always stuck with me. So that's why I always wanted to learn how to dribble and dribble the way I dribbled and things like that.
Facts. So how was it growing up? Like, well, you explained growing up around them sport-wise.
Yeah.
But around this time, we got to say 95, 96, when the fame of Shammgod started coming to light. As far as like the McDonald's, everything that.
Yeah. No, I got
and then Mason them, all you guys blossoming at the same
I
time.
know. It was crazy. Nah, I have to give a shout out to, because I can't never do an interview and don't say this. So at the Ron Carlos, I remember I was playing in 55th and I saw, and at this point, Kenny Anderson became like this phenomenon. Like Kenny Anderson just blew up. And I met a guy named Kev Jackson. Shout out to people that know Kev Jackson. He coached Aim High. And Kev Jackson was like, you know, I coach Kenny Anderson. And I was like, what? You coach Kenny Anderson? And I just was like obsessed with Kenny Anderson. So I was like, yo, if you coach Kenny Anderson, I need to come to work out with you. So I used to take the train to Queens every day and work out with Kev Jackson. And Vince Smith used to be there, Kenny Smith brother. And he put he was like third. He was like third for me, but he caught me like when I'm at like 16, 17. So him and Thurm was like the same way coaching. So he would put the battery in my back and be like, yo, you have to kill these dudes, kill everybody in front of you, kill this and that. So once I got with Aim High, you know, I used to always travel with Gauchos on trips because Aim High really didn't go on trips like to Vegas and stuff like that at that time. So I used to work out with him every day, come back and play me, Steph playing the backcourt with Gauchos. So at this point, I'm blowing up. So right before that happened, Mason's blowing up too. Mason Cam is blowing up at this point because, you know, they're doing music and stuff like that. And I'll never forget when Mace did the 112 and Mace, shout out to Mace because I gotta give him mad love on this because the summer of my going into my high school year, Mace used to come get me every morning just to play defense.
What you mean? You play defense on him?
No. He would just play defense on me. That's
what?
It.
Yeah, you mean this is when he had this is when the combo you want to. Money, I'ma flaunt you.
This is right when 112 started. This is right
wow.
Right before
so
that.
So Mace is getting it. He's coming to pick you up.
That's why I say I will always have to give him mad love when it comes to ball because he used to come get me. This is no lie. I was going to go to Manhattan Center at first because of Cam and Mace and Rich Parker. I can't forget Rich Parker. I was going to go there, right? So they used to bring me over there with Coach Rich, Coach Ford. I used to go to Manhattan Center.
Rich Pagon.
Yeah, it was a lot for me to go there. It was
facts.
I was like, yo,
I went to Lomberg with him.
There you go. So
that's my man.
So everybody used to always say, so this when Mace was like, yo, you know, I got because this is right before he did the 112. So right before, so he's still like playing ball. And Mason's like, yeah, I got, you know, I'm a defensive stopper. I'm a defensive stopper. So, you know, so that summer, I swear, he used to come get me every morning just so I could work on my moves. And he used to guard me every morning. Like every morning he used to come. And we used to go work out, stuff like that. And
could he guard you?
That,
like above the rim?
Base.
Nah, it wasn't too much guarding.
Like
because people gotta understand, right? People gotta understand. When I say I was obsessed, that's why like if you hear Cam talking in the interview about me growing up, he gonna tell you. That's why he always talk about how obsessed I was. When you talk about obsessed, this is no lie. Because you just said something about above the rim. This is no lie. I was nuts up at that point. I was watching. No, I'm dead serious. Because like they used to walk past the park. I got so obsessed. I used to go to 145th Street, and on the first court, the light shined on the court, right? So I used to believe in my mind I could shake my shadow. So I would be out there dribbling fast as heck. I would have ankle weights on my wrist, dribbling fast, doing all this stuff, really trying to shake my shadow, like really trying to make my shadow move. To the point one day I thought I did it, and then I just kept going.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was like, and that's why people used to always be like, you know, when people are like, yo, how you dribble so fast? Because I used to take the 2 pound, because you know when you grow up, everybody always wore ankle weights. So everybody always wore ankle weights so they could jump, practice jumping. So what I used to do, I'll do ankle weights, I'll dribble, stuff like that. And then one day I was like, man, I wonder how this feels if I put them on my wrist. So I used to put them on my wrist and I'll dribble with them on my wrist, have the strip shoes on the bottom of my feet. And once you take the ankle weights off your wrist, your arms are just flying all over the place. So then I used to have to keep dribbling so I could manage it, like how to get everything put together. And then after that, I took my ankle weights everywhere. I used to go to 5-star. They'll see me on the layup line with ankle weights right before the game. I take them off. So of course my arms is already like flying all over the place. And like I said, for me, it was like at that time, it was just like, you know, everybody started doing different things. You know, dudes start rapping. Other people start rapping. Like I said, my man Biz went to jail. So of course I just kept with it. And then, you know, eventually, you know, I was the last man standing. And like I said, once it got to my junior year, 90, it was like 94, 95, then I knew I arrived. Like at that point, that's when I was coming to like Stepanek. I was going to New Rochelle, and people was like, yo, that's Shammgod. And then at that point, I loved that energy, like walking in the gym and people would be like, yo, that's Shammgod. So at that point, I always felt I had to put on the show. Like I always felt like I had to put on the show, like no matter what. And then
damn sure did when you came to Stepanek.
Yeah. So and then that's the funny thing, because I know the game you talking about when I came to Stepanek, that's when I was going through like a little phase, and everybody's like, well, he can't score, or he can't shoot, he can't do this. So then I would go to tournaments like Stepanek, New Rochelle, and I would start off just shooting all jumpers. Like I would just shoot all
That's
jumpers.
crazy he said that, because I remember it seemed like he didn't want to cross nobody. All he was doing was shooting.
I used to shoot all jumpers because I was like, man, only thing people gonna always want me for is just dribbling. So I was like, man, I play ball. Like I used to be like, I'm not no sideshow. So I'll go to these tournaments, I'll be shooting jumpers, and then somebody will say something crazy, and then I go into like dribbling stuff, and then everybody be like, yo, he do got the crazy handle, yo, he got this and that. And like I said, man, it was those times is precious, because and
that's
people,
crazy, because I remember saying that Stepanek, like, damn, he can shoot too.
Yeah,
he was hitting him. He was hitting him with the shots.
Yeah. So that's what people used to always be like, yo, he really can't shoot, because they were so caught up in me dribbling. So I used to go to certain tournaments and I'd be like, you know what, I ain't dribbling, I'm gonna just shoot. And then when people see me shoot, they're like, oh, he can shoot. Then people start talking trash, then I start dribbling. And like at that point, people used to always try to make like me and Steph a rivalry, but they don't know how close me and Steph was. So Steph used to always be like, "Yo, you gotta murder, you gotta murder." Like Steph used to always put the battery in my back too. So like I said, at that point, it was over.
But these were one of the things I wanted to say was it was amazing how, even when I was talking with Reggie Freeman about the team that you guys had at Gauchos, with all those stars, how you was able to blossom.
Yeah.
You were still able to get off. You were still able to get to the same level. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Shay, let me paint a picture real quick. Yo, Sham, we're younger than Sham. I think like maybe 2 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because me and Haas was the only ones playing varsity on the basketball team. I remember that's how Haas got the sneakers crossed. Anyway, I just remember being at Gaucho Gym, and you know how like the seniors would come in like while the midgets were practicing. So like we're in the middle of practicing, you were walking the gym. I'm gonna paint the picture exactly what I remember. You had the AV on, some sweats and some flip flops, the book bag. You had the big earrings. The big earrings in both ears.
Facts.
In both ears.
Yeah.
No, y'all were different, Sham.
I'm telling you. And you would walk in the gym with a basketball, and somebody you would cross people with the book bag on, like you would do the Sham. With the book bag on, and that one little thing is basketball players to this day. That's the look when you walk into the gym with the flip flops. And what's the first thing you do? You do the Sham. Facts. I'm for real. Like that's the way you used to walk into the gym is how all basketball players walk into the gym now.
Yeah. So that's what it's saying. Like you was just saying. Like the thing is, it was like in the era I grew up in. Even though we was competitive, like we had mad love for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's why it happened. So that's like even when I named that McDonald's All-American team, like I'm still close to those dudes right now. You know what I'm saying? Like those dudes like family. So like we was always competitive with each other, but we just always had love because we always hung out. Like even like Reg was from the Bronx, he always was in Harlem or we in the Bronx. Reem was from the Bronx, he always was in Harlem or we was in the Bronx. So like it was just a genuine love. Like we wanted dudes to make it. So it was like it was just that like that sincere love. Like some people say humble or this, but it was just that sincere love. Like you really wanted dudes to make it. You wanted everybody to shine, like whether you was on the court or not. Because it was a time I wasn't on the court and I was happy for dudes. So then when I got good and stuff, dudes was happy for me. So it's just like now, like when stuff happened and people see like the way the world act towards me and all that, I'm like, cause they all grew up with me. You know what I'm saying? Like all the people that cheer for me, they all grew up with me. So they more like family than fans or anything because they grew up. They was in the trenches with me. They done seen me like go from here to here to here. You know what I'm saying? They done seen me get drafted and not go well to me coming back to doing what I'm doing now. And of course, it's mad love. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Didn't you used to wear the headband with the one sleeve?
Yes, all the time.
The one sleeve was him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you? I just want
to know. Sham, we fans, my nigga.
Yo, did you know?
Facts.
No, I'm seriously. Like, did you know? Like what you was doing while you was doing it, that it was gonna become something that everyone like. I just AAU from after you did that. Anybody walked in the gym with a headband and one sleeve, like, oh, he think he got a handle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts. Yeah, but these guys,
and one guy took that whole look.
These guys, if this was now, they would have had big NIL deals.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's be for real. They were just as famous as the rappers.
So did you know?
Really, Sham?
Did you know you was creating a look, or was that just your look?
Nah, like, that's what I said. That's why I said the most thing I'm proud of the most is, and I tell people all the time, I'll be like, I have no choice but to be humble and all that because everything happened organically.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never jumped on TV and said, yo, I got the Shammgod move coming out and all this and that. Like,
You
you
ain't
know what
pay
I'm
for
saying?
promo. You
I
ain't do
never
none of
did
that.
it.
No marketing.
Like I walked to a park one day. This is no lie. After the NCAA tournament, I come home. I'm thinking about, should I stay? Should I leave? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, should I stay? Should I leave? You know, and at that time, you know, as all kids our age in that era, we made the decisions. The parents ain't really make the decisions. You know what I'm saying? You know, because my mom's like, oh, he doing some basketball stuff. That's cool, whatever. It wasn't like how the kids is now, where it's like you got the whole marketing team, the family, the aunts, the uncles, the grandmothers. Everybody know about ball. So at this point, I'm making the decision. I'm like, man, should I stay? Should I leave? I go to 145th Street Park. This is no lie. I go, put my hand on the gate. I'm looking through the gate. I'm seeing kids playing. I'm like, man, I remember I used to be in this park every day. Like, I'm just laughing. And one of the kids turned and did the move, and he's like, yeah, I told you I was going to sham you and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what are they talking about? And then the other kid's like, that wasn't no Shammgod. That wasn't no Shammgod. But I'm just sitting there watching. And then, like I said, after that, it just was like wildfire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to give shout out to my pops because, like I always say, I know I make a joke about it, but I honestly believe that if my name was Frank or Al or something like that, it wouldn't be as cool as saying I'm doing the Al or the Frank or whatever.
And they don't understand that the name alone.
Shout out to In the Moment. Facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Name
So
alone
like,
just sound like, yo, goes on.
this yeah. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Just,
then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then like people don't even understand, like, you know, and that's why I said it's so organic the way stuff happened, because like people don't even know, like I said, I'm a 5. Most people know I'm a 5% and stuff like that. So like people don't even understand, like my name means savior to thyself, one who's worthy of greatness. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when all the stuff just come full circle, you know, because even when I was young, I didn't understand it. You know, because like even when I was young in elementary school in Brooklyn, I would never even let people know my name was good. My first name was God. I used to always say Shammgod Wells because of my mom's. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to always be like, you know, teachers would never call me God. You know what I'm saying? And I had a problem with it. I'm like, man, teachers would never call me God. So, you know, and then my father used to always tell me, like, you know, because that's his name, God Shem. So my father always used to tell me, you know, your name is great. Your name is great. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, like I said, I'm a little kid. I'm 9, 8. I'm like, yeah. You know, and as I got older, stuff just started happening organically. Yeah. That goes with what my father used to always talk about, right? So then when I get to college, right? So this is what people understand. So when I get to college, they were like, I bring my birth certificate. So they see my birth certificate and they're like, oh, we can't do this. And I'm like, do what? And they're like, because you have to use your legal name on the jersey. And I was like, okay. And they was like, but we can't say God Shammgod. And they was like, and I was like, why not? I was like, okay, cool. Use Shammgod Wells. I mean, I used that in high school. And they're like, yeah, this is not high school. You're going to be on TV. You got to use.
Oh, they wanted you to use Wells. They wanted you to use Wells.
Yeah. So what happened was, I told them my name, they thought it was a joke. Like they thought I was like trying to do something else. And I was like, well, this is my name.
Meta World Peace or some shit like that.
Yeah. They thought I was trying to change my name and do something else. And I was telling them, I was like, because the only reason why they knew is because you know how when you go to college, you know, they got the yearbook and they got your siblings. My brothers and sisters never use Wells. They always use Shammgod. So when people are like, oh, he changed his name, I'm like, why would y'all think I changed my name if my brothers and them last name is Shammgod? Why would y'all think my first name is Shammgod? You understand what I'm saying? But in high, like I said, but I'm the oldest. So growing up, I used to just be like, you go to school. Oh, I go to I went to school with Speedy Claxton. Speedy is not his name. You know what I'm saying? But in high school, you could do that. He went to Hofstra, but I'm saying like when you go to Yeah, but in high school, if he writing Speedy Claxton on the paper, nobody say nothing. But when you get to college, they was like, yo, when we make your jerseys, you gotta have your legal name on it. So then once they put Shammgod on the back of the jersey, everybody went crazy. Oh my God, he's changed the name to God. He's so cocky. He shows this and that. I'm like, yo.
That's what they were saying in school?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they was going crazy. They was putting it in the newspaper.
Oh yeah, yo,
I
crazy.
like,
Yo, you don't understand what kind of legend you was. Like, have you ever heard any of the street legends? Like, yo, last night I was in the Rucker and I see Sham cross this nigga and his shorts came off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or in the hospital had to come.
Yeah, but Sham, I gotta say though, at that time, you was the only one from New York who really held it down in the '64. You went far. You was the only New York standing at that time.
Yo, Shay, you know what's another?
We was glued in. Like, it was like, yo, you just didn't want a New York nigga to go home. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you.
And you turned up.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you how hard it was, right? And this is probably the first time anybody ever heard this story. This is how hard it was. So I get drafted. We go play Chicago. So when you get drafted, you're a rookie. The rookies come out first to work out. So I come out to work out.
Wait, so y'all don't work out with the regular team?
No. You work out with the regular team, but like rookies go first, veterans go second.
Yeah.
And then the game start. So if the game is at 7, the rookies will be there like 3 o'clock.
Got you.
The veterans will come like 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that. So because you can't be like the veterans, they need their they time, right? So I get there at 3. Jordan is on the court working out on the other end. Michael Jordan's here on the court working out on the other end, right? So I'm down there shooting. And I'm nervous because I'm like, man, that's Mike. So, I want to say what's up, but I'm like, at this moment, you don't supposed to say what's up because we're going against each other. Wait till after the game. So I'm shooting and all that. I'm doing stuff. He turns and looks down there. He beelines to me. This is what I'm saying.
He runs to you?
Listen, he beelines to me and say, yo, you owe me some money. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, yo. He said, why you let Corey Wright take that shot?
Oh, yeah. You talking about the Final Four, right?
Yes. And they told him.
Because he was a gambler, Jordan.
Yeah,
you owe me some money.
Exactly. He's like, yo.
You owe me some money.
He's like, yo, you owe me some money. He was like, yo. He was like, why you let Corey Wright take that shot? And I started laughing. And then I was just like, I just turned. I was like, yo, thanks for everything you did for the game, inspired. And then he was just like, man, he was like, man, you a hell of a player. He's like, I never seen nobody dribble like you. Just like
Word. You got a security guard from the Garden in there saying they love you, Sham.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's my man, Dave. Definitely, Dave, my man.
Shout out to Dave. That's a fact. So wait, let's go back to the Michael Jordan. Hold on, let's go back to the Michael Jordan for a minute.
Yeah.
So he runs down to you. He says you owe him money. At that time, are you like, why is this nigga running to me?
Yeah, I'm stuck. Like, he's coming. Like,
you remember? Imagine Jordan was running to me.
You remember what Jordans he had on?
Because he's coming. He had the Jordan 4s because I love them.
Oh, you did? You had to look down. Pause. Of course. That's Jordan.
Yeah. So it's like.
And at that time, that's like 98, right?
Yeah. So what happened is it's 97. So what happened is the thing about Jordan was the thing that happened was growing up. Every time they showed Jordan on TV, they show him from the feet up. You know what I'm saying? So of course, when I saw him, I looked at the shoes, looked at the socks, everything perfect. Socks perfect. Like you had to make an NBA player, it was him. Like socks perfect, shorts perfect, everything perfect. I'm like, yo, he looked fake. That's how good he looked fake. He looked fake. I'm like, yo, he looked fake, bro.
Oh my God, nigga said Jordan looked fake. What you mean? Like the socks was folded right, the Jordans was like everything was crispy.
Everything was crispy, bro. And then like I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, like, yo, And in that game it was so crazy because I'm sitting on the bench watching, and he's catching it. And we had my man Calvin Chaney. Shout out to Calvin Chaney. Calvin Chaney was nice. Went to Indiana. He guarded Jordan.
Sham, hold on, Sham. Before we get kicked, because it's not to me was Jordan was warming up with the rookies.
No, what happened was, like, you know, Jordan, like people like Jordan, Kobe, they'll always come to the gym first just to work out. So they, you know, they work out.
Play that mind game.
Yeah, they come work out, get their workout in, then they chill until the game start. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like a lot of people, even people still do it now because it's like they try to get in before like all the fans come, and then the fans want them to sign a bunch of autographs, do different stuff, or they just like to get it in and then go relax and get ready, get all the other treatment like the leg treatments and all that stuff before the game.
Gotcha.
Like nowadays, like now Kawhi do that a lot. Like Kawhi, like every time we play the Clippers with the Mavs, soon we get to the gym and I'm like working out the rookies, Kawhi to be on the other court working out and stuff. Like before everybody get there. So like I said,
go back to the Jordan. Go back to the Jordan.
So like I said, it was just crazy because I didn't, you know, I'm a rookie at this point, so I don't really know the league. So I didn't expect to see Jordan. Like you said, I expected to see Chicago rookies. So when I got there, Jordan was there, and I'm just like amazed. But I can't really show that I'm amazed because I'm like, we're playing against them. So I'm looking like, man, that's Jordan. I'm like, yo, he looked crazy. Like that, he looked crazy. Yeah.
Oh, he looked like a created My Player 2K.
Exactly. So like I said, so I'm like, I didn't want to go say nothing. I didn't want to go say nothing to him. And I'm shooting, you know, doing dribble moves, pulling. And like I said, he just beelines to me. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then he come to me and he's like, man, you owe me some money. And I was like, you know how you get one of those grins, like you know what's going on, but you don't know what's going on. And I'm like, like, and he like, nah, I'm serious, you owe me money. And I'm like,
no, but bro, what are you gonna? No, but everybody in here's got to put themselves in your shoes.
Yeah.
What the hell are you gonna say the first time you? Because let's keep it real. If you play basketball, Jordan is the GOAT.
Yeah, definitely. So that's why I said I was like, I was stuck. I was just like, you know, I gave one of those smiles, like I know what he's talking about, but don't know what he's talking about. Then I finally said, I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, why you let Corey Wright take that shot? He was like, I betted on y'all. I wanted y'all to win. And that was to the point, like that was like to the point that you said, like in that run, the whole world wanted us to win.
Yes, bro.
We was like America's team. At that point.
Sham, I'm gonna tell you why. Listen. When you was a freshman in college, that was the era where hip hop was still like, we're not putting hip hop in movies. We're not putting hip hop on TV. We're not putting hip hop. We're not playing hip hop in basketball games. You know, they only play like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson kind of stuff. When he was, I remember you kind of like on the low represented hip hop when you went to college. You was like the first, even though you could play real basketball. You was like that nigga who could do that street shit that people like they didn't do in college.
Yeah, cause Sham, I can't lie. Yeah. When you shamped that nigga in the Elite Eight, whew. Yo, and the thing is, I was watching it on TV today. I forgot who the player was. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a nigga from Duke. I think it was. Like I forget who the player was.
It was Arizona, Michael Dickinson.
Yes. And but the thing was, they fouled you. You didn't make the shot.
Yeah.
Right? No, but they showed the move like 30 times. They kept going back. Like, did you just see that move?
And then what happened was the
all I remember was the tape on the ear. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So what happened was So what happened was
everybody did that after that. That's another thing he did.
Yeah, so the crazy
everybody did that after that.
Now that's a fact. That's a fact.
He said that's a fact. I gotta give you a fact.
Yo,
you did start that.
It ain't a lot of stuff I big up, but that's
He
a
said, no,
whole
that's a
fact.
fact.
I tell
That's
you,
a
I'm
whole
on top of
fact.
stuff like this story.
No,
That's a
you
whole
wow.
fact.
Nah, you did.
It ain't a lot of stuff I'm gonna take credit for, but that right there is a fact. Like,
Yeah.
because people
Yo,
don't
that's
we don't
crazy.
I'm gonna break it down
To
like
this
this.
day. To
We
this
went
day.
to we went to 19 we got the McDonald's All American team. I'm gonna tell you how crazy. We got the McDonald's All American team. We go to St. Louis. I say, yo, I gotta get the 2 earrings. Cause that was like a Harlem thing, like the 2 earrings, the do-rag with the fitted real low. So I was like, I gotta get the 2 earrings. So the whole McDonald's All American team was like, 2 earrings? I'm like, yeah. They like, yo, they like, it's a mall. We go to the mall in St. Louis. I get my joints pierced. They get theirs pierced. Everybody's on the team. So that's why when you look at the McDonald's All American game, then I'm like, yo, y'all can't take the earrings out. So I was like, yo, just give me some Band-Aids. Put the Band-Aids on the earrings. Because when you first get your ears pierced, you can't take them out. But
Can't take them out.
Take them out.
you can't. But in the game, you don't supposed to play with earrings. So I was like, yo, give me the Band-Aids. Put the Band-Aids to cover it. And I was like, is this good? And the ref was like, yeah, that's cool. Everybody got Band-Aids. Put the Band-Aids there. And that took on a life of its own right there.
Yo, I'm just reading the comments in here, and that's a fact too with the Band-Aids, but I'm just reading the comments in here. It is crazy how, like, when you think of point guards and, like, people say, yeah, that's my favorite. A lot of people, they put, like, for you to be people's, like, I just read 3 people say you're my favorite point guard ever. So it's like, it's mind. Crazy. No, but Sham, for real though, it's crazy how even
like Gary Payton.
Oh, Tone, they even work in the NBA. Just like, yes, Sham had a game. Yes, Sham could shoot. Yes, Sham could pass. Sham went to the NBA. Sham went to the Final Four. A lot of people can't say that. But realistically, that fucking Sham move got him a Tony's getting paid from the NBA, Tone.
Yo, listen.
A lot of niggas that, like, after you get out the NBA, you're out. Am I right or wrong, Sham?
No, you right.
Yo, hold on.
It's hard to get back in.
Yo, Shay, if you really think about it, if you really think about it, since the day that move was invented, whatever year he said when he was 14, name another move since then that people still do now.
That hasn't.
There's not another move.
Yeah, but that's why I tell
don't even do the crossover no more.
But that's why I tell all the kids now. I always tell the kids now, I'm like, the one thing, like I said, Harlan has taught me, and God has given me, like, to always be a good person first, an athlete second.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because then people would, embrace you, like, embrace everything that God put in you. So part of the reason, like you said, part of the reason why it's like that is because I'm not one of those people. Like, when you see me, you can approach me. When you see me, you want knowledge, I'm going to give you knowledge. If you see me, you like, yo, can you help me show how to do this? I'm going to do that. I'm not one of those guys that's like,
I just pinned something
for myself.
I just pinned something at the bottom here. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What was that about? Because that sounds crazy.
No, because you know why? I'm going to tell you, that's funny that he said that is because I had this tape called Below the Rim. That's how I first learned how to dribble, like, to go back to, like what you said. So when I first went to 92, after I left 92, I went to 275. When I went to 275, my PE teacher was Tiny Archibald. I didn't know who Tiny Archibald was.
Shout out to Tiny.
Yeah, I didn't know
Boston
who Tiny
Celtics.
Archibald. Yeah, I didn't know who Tiny Archibald was. So I had this tape called Below the Rim. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because to get back to what he just texted. What happened was, on Below the Rim, Isaiah Thomas would throw an alley-oop, but it was a bounce pass alley-oop.
Oh, remember that? You talking about in the
yes.
No, I can tell you what tape you got that from,
yes.
though. You got the right stuff, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I lying? I used to watch that 1,000 times.
Yo, that's our shit. Magic Johnson had the best one on that shit.
Yeah, Magic Johnson's song was
Jordan.
What was Jordan's song was
Take My Breath
Away. Yes.
Yeah. So
Jim, that wasn't the best tape ever?
No. I'm gonna tell you.
ever.
I'm
So I
gonna
used to
tell you,
always, so every time I
Charles
dunk, I
Barkley
used to
shit.
always do that. So every time I dunk, I used to always do the bounce pass alley oop to myself. Because Isaiah
Facts.
I
Thomas,
remember he did that on a.
yeah.
No, but that you talking about the move where Isaiah threw it underneath his hand and caught it
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
run, right?
Yeah, on the run. When you went like this, even
Yeah.
shit like this, yeah. Nah.
Facts.
Yo,
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked Reggie Freeman. We're gonna go back a little bit now. That we're gonna go back to college, but now we're gonna go back a little bit before college. I was talking to Reggie Freeman about this too. I needed your input on all of this also. How was those trips? Because you guys were at a young age traveling all over the world.
But see, the thing is, what people don't understand in '95, I don't care if it's us, whoever, like whoever came up in that era, you was like 16 going on 30.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like for
Y'all
us,
was like grown men out there.
exactly, because you got to think like you got to understand like you got to understand like I come from 142nd, right? 142nd, that's where the best out is from. My man Terrell Mack, Dame Dash, all of them. You know, so
Shout out
that's
to
the
Dame
best out.
Dash.
Yeah, so these
Facts.
are people I saw. Biggs, my man Biggs, all of them. So these are people I saw. So then they would bring like Jay-Z, stuff like that. So of course at this time, you know, Mace running around with Puff, he doing this. So of course I'm running around with Puff. I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm from 142nd Street. I'm seeing Dame, Biggs, Jay-Z, all of them on the block. You know, they like the big bros. Then on top of it, you got Fat Joe and them in the Bronx coming down. So you know Fat Joe and all them, you know, and then I'm
give him a ball.
living. And then I'm
yo, man, yo.
I had to give him a ball,
Yo, man, this guy
because
don't
it's
understand.
like you did it when it counted.
yeah. So then you grow up. Then you grow up. The basketball people. You got Sean Arnold. You got Rel Mack. You got John Arnold. You got Ron Arnold. You got the Arnold brothers. You got these. You got people on high level. You got Jerry McCullough. All these people. Then I'm living on. Yeah, when I say I'm living on, you know, my block is called Crime Square. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Lynch Mob, all that. So I'm living
100%.
on one of the craziest blocks ever. You know what I'm saying? And then my boys is living on 140th. That's another crazy block. You know what I'm saying? So like,
so you knew Big L.
Yeah. Me and Big L used to play garbage that, play basketball against each other. All
Wow,
that
son.
You know, so Big L like so at that time, Big L's the first rapper I know. Cause this is before Cam and May start rapping. Big L.
Yeah, because he was the first one.
Yeah.
So he started it all.
Yeah, so Big L always walk around with his notebook. And he thought he was nice and ball. Him and my man Doc Ream and all of them, they used to love the Lakers and we used to talk basketball all night. Like I'll be like at this point, when I moved to Harlem, the difference between Harlem and Brooklyn, when I moved to Harlem, I was hanging out till like 2 a.m. every day. You know what I'm saying? Because my father was gone, so I was just going. I'd be hanging. It wasn't like I was getting in trouble. It would be me, Zig, Cam, all of us, Big L, all of us. We would be in the parks playing basketball at night, talking shit.
What was the name of that crew?
What?
Big L's brothers. No, not Children of the Corn.
You talking about NFL? You talking about
NFL?
NFL.
Get him a bomb, Tone. They used to have the basketball games, right?
Yeah, have all the basketball games.
You used to play in that?
Yeah. So we have all the basketball games. Yeah, dudes would be out there playing for money, doing all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing for money against killers, like real killers, like real live killers, like not play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So when I say we really like 17 going on 30, that's what we was. You know what I'm saying? So when we went to other places, that's why at that point we didn't call it swag, but that's why our aura was the way it was, because we seen all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be fresh. We wanted to have, the
y'all was the freshest. That was the
freshest. So you know what I'm saying?
There's nobody fresher than I ain't gonna lie. Y'all niggas started
everything
for, I gotta say, for me, because that's when those years is when I kind of was trying to find myself, because I was just like almost becoming a teenager. So it was like, you know, the whole Mace era, you know, the whole Harlem swag. Cause see, I was cool with fucking Guy. Me and him played on the Gauchos together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
so
it's like
we was watching y'all. You know, Guy was like, yo, my brother and them is them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying. So it happened. So it went from Best Out to us start calling ourselves to BBO. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
Yo, we so hot.
So now, so then after BBO stuff like that, then you get the most hated.
Facts, Hector.
Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the younger version, y'all are most hated, all this stuff. So it's like that always was a trend. So it wasn't like it was foreign to us. So then when we went to other places, like you said, we was going to places, like you said, we was going up to Stapleneck, we was going to New Rochelle, but we coming there, you know, like we already made it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was.
Right.
And that's how people was so much in awe of us. You know what I'm saying? I remember my freshman year in Providence. And me and AI, right? So we in Providence and we on the layup line playing Georgetown. And this is how much people loved us.
This nigga played against Iverson in college. I forgot about that.
So we played against Georgetown, and like I said, my homies in New York hustle, his homies hustle. So they talking trap on the phone, talking mad smack. What? When Steph get AI, when Felipe Lopez get AI, and then my man Sham. So AI, so AI and Steph just played against each other in the Garden.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Georgetown won. So they calling me all night. Yeah, you next. My man Bubba Chuck said you next. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, you crazy? I'm like, you crazy? We gonna smoke them tomorrow. So they come to Providence. You know how you be on the layup line and you gotta come to half court. You go to the basket.
Get the stretch.
Yeah. So every time I got to half court, he would come. He would be at half court.
Who, AI?
Yeah, going to the, you know how you run, you do the layup, and you go to the other line to get the rebound.
Of course.
Yeah. So every time I would come up, he to the half court, because you know how you run the half court, then you run back. He would run. He would be at half court. So I get to half court, and he's like, niggas are shook, scared to death, scared to look. He's singing Mobb Deep.
Oh, my classic shit. Sham, thank you. You gave him a good interview, boy.
So I'm sitting there I'm like, I know he ain't talking to me. So I look at my man 530.
I know he ain't talking to me.
Yeah. So I look at 530. That's Jamel's cousin. I said, what? And that's when I was like heavy on Tupac.
You talking about Steph's cousin?
Yeah. So I look at 5. I said, who he talking to? So, and that's when I was like heavy Tupac. And I was like, and so we get back to half court, he's still singing. And I was like, yeah, all eyes on me, boy.
Classic shit. Baby. Yes. That nigga he said, all eyes on me. You know you can't play with a Harlem nigga.
No, I'm so glad that's for hip hop, man.
That's how you get it.
That's hip hop, baby. Yo, and y'all didn't even say nothing negative to each other, but both y'all knew exactly what y'all meant.
Exactly, because
y'all both knew exactly what y'all meant. Yo, you know.
Thanks.
Oh my God,
my man betting on the game. His people's betting on the game.
Why you getting low?
Yeah.
Okay, we hear you now.
Yeah, Kippy. So I'm like, so that's when. So my man's betting on the game. His man's betting on the game. So he his man. They calling me. Yeah, we just won against Steph and Felipe. You next.
Shout out to High Five in the building.
Yeah. Oh, High Five always. So like I said, we get to half court. He like, yeah, niggas are shook, scared to death, scared to look. And I'm like, yo, who are you talking to? I'll never forget. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah. So I got back there. I'm like, yeah, all eyes on me. This is what I said. So we beat them. So after the game, that's how me and him got real tight. So after the game, we hugged, we started talking. But it was so crazy because I remember and this is what I'm talking about, how much power New York had. Remember one time I had ripped him and I caught the dunk. It's on YouTube. I caught the dunk. So
it's on YouTube.
So I turned around and I said, yeah, you wasn't in jail. You was in PC. Yeah, I'm like, I'm just yelling. I'm going crazy.
Yo, you wasn't in jail. You was in PC.
So I'm going
Fuck with you,
bananas.
Sam.
I'm going bananas. I'm yelling and all that. Jamel just threw him in the stands. So John Thompson get teched out the game. So we going crazy because we beat them. But I remember we standing at half court and they like, man, New York got it. He was like, man, Lil Kim, Foxy, they bad. And I'm just looking at him. I'm like, yo.
Facts.
I was like, yo. I'm like, this how much? Because the one thing for me is that I take Grayson and Reg, Hot Five, all of them could attest this. Like, yo, in that era, New York, that's the best era of New York. Period. New York was number one.
Sports, everything.
New York.
Okay.
New York was number one in everything.
Okay, that's a question I had for you. That's a question I had for you. Your opinion. Your 95 Gaucho team versus the Riverside Lloyd's team with Elton Brand in them.
Oh, our team.
You think y'all taking them?
Yeah, that's
he said that's easy. You know what? The debate that we had with me and Reg was, I was saying I thought they might have been too big for y'all, but now you really think about it, I don't think the guard play can run with.
Nah, but it ain't even that. Like, the thing that you gotta understand, like, our guards was bigs mentally.
Yes.
Like we was like
y'all could rebound.
Yeah, like I loved them. Like, don't get me wrong, but you gotta understand, those is our little like for instance, like you said, that team right there, Ron Artest was on that team, right? Ron Artest was my little brother.
Heck said Gauchos would fuck them up.
like Ron Artest played in LaSalle with me. That was my little brother.
Thanks. I forgot about that. It's true, Tone.
Yeah, so I brung him up. So where everybody else think Ron is crazy, Ron not crazy.
Ron's a baby to you. Yeah, I feel you.
Little bro. So they
that's
like,
little bro.
Yeah, so it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like, you know, you gotta look at it like when it come to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so what AAU team was your hardest comp? Because y'all was crazy.
No, like I said, the thing I would say is like the AAU teams that was strong was the teams that we played against. The other Riverside team.
No, I'm talking about outside of New York. What was the craziest team y'all ever played against?
Outside New York.
Like that had NBA players?
Yeah, the team I played against that was crazy was Michigan.
Who was on that team?
They had Chris Webber, they had Jalen Rose, they had
wait a minute. Five. You played against Webber and them on the AAU?
Yeah, I was a freshman.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So that's why when I got to the Wizards, that's why when I got to the Wizards,
my man sit here and say, yo, them niggas was crazy.
Yeah, so that's why when I got to the Wizards, I had so much love because like people.
Yeah, because I saw you with Juwan Howard.
Yeah, the difference with me is when I was in ninth grade, I played up, so I always played against. Like, you gotta think, like when I was in ninth grade, I played against Rasheed Wallace.
That's crazy. Give him a bomb, Tone.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you was playing seniors at Gauchos in ninth grade?
Yeah, so you got to think. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Like, so my thing is like how you said, like, this is no lie to this
day. 14.
This is to this day. Rasheed be like, yo, when you came to Philly, son, it was crazy, yo. So like when you say like, and that's not even boasting on. It's just always was the magnet. So it was like the picture I put on the McDonald's All-American game, right? That picture where all of us sitting there. I had put it there for a point because I was like. Because somebody had said something, and I was like, yeah, the difference with me is I always was a star amongst all the stars.
It showed.
Yeah.
Yo, so Chauncey Billups is looking at you like he was looking at you like he was looking like he saw you on MTV. Yeah, like he was just sitting there like this, like amazed, like it looked like they were just listening to you talk.
Yeah, so we went so when I played in Philly, we played in Simon Gratz, we lose, whatever, LaSalle, we lose. We go out to the club and all that. We in there going crazy in the little club. Like, we young, so we teenagers. Rasheed Wallace runs all the way over there. Cause we getting into something with somebody. Rasheed come over there. Yo, can't nobody do nothing to him.
Talking about me. Because on the court, the way I was playing, he like, yo, it's so crazy. Perfect example. I coach at Adidas Nations, right? One year, I'm coaching. This is like 5 years ago. I was at Providence. I go to Adidas Nation to coach. I'm coaching Zion, DeAndre Ayton, Dennis Smith Jr., Harry Giles, right? So I'm coaching them. So, and it's like a big camp. There's everybody there. Tatum, all of them. So I told Tyronn Lue, I'm like, yo, come. This is right that he coached the Cavaliers or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
Tyronn Lue come, you know, of course he giving his speech and all that. And dudes are laughing. Dudes is like, yeah, remember Iverson crossed you up with all that, right? Tyronn Lue said, yo, I'm going to tell y'all something. He said, yo, I know y'all laughing and all that. He said, yo, y'all laughing about AI and all that. He said, that's cool. He said, but I'm going to tell y'all a story, though. The only nigga that ever killed me is standing right here next to me. He said, yo, we played against Sham in Ohio. He said, yo, this nigga was dribbling so low, I thought he was an alien.
Yo, for real, son.
But listen,
I said the same thing. The alien, yeah, with the long arms. Everybody used to say, yo, he's weird. Look at his arms.
But the craziest joint about the story was, until he brought it up, I didn't even know I played against him. Wow. He was like, yo, remember you got MVP?
Oh, you mean like he knew who you was?
Yeah. So I didn't like, I know him. I know him because him and Chance was best friends, and Chance was like, yo, T. Lue want to meet you. And I was like, cool, whatever. But I never knew why. So then when he told the story, and he was like, yo, I was the little kid, light-skinned kid that was Mexican that was guarding you. And I remember when he was guarding me, but I never knew it was Tyronn Lue.
Got you.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that. So that's why I said all of it.
You played Ray Allen?
Yeah, Ray Allen, yeah. The Big East, you know.
Hey,
First,
you have any Ray Allen stories?
First of all, when I was in the Big East, everybody from the Big East was top 5 picks.
Of course.
Yeah, it was Ray Allen, Kerry Kittles, Allen Iverson, John Wallace. Like,
so you went out that year?
No. I that was my freshman year.
You went out the next year, right?
His freshman year was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit was big. Like every game that when he was on TV, it was like Mike Tyson.
It was like NBA. It was like NBA.
It was like it had the same effect. Mike Tyson was fire. I'm not trying to sound like a fan. It was like hip hop's on TV.
It was.
Yeah, like the Big East was like the closest thing to the NBA. So then here go another story. I'm coaching at Providence. Same thing. Chance called me. Chance like, yo, he was with the Clippers. He was like, yo, I need you to come to the game. They was playing Boston. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what's up? And Chance like one of my coaches. So he like, yo, come to the game.
Can you move the phone back the way it was before? Yeah, we need all this. We need all this knowledge. Now we can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you good now.
Yeah. So he's like, yo, can you come to the game? And I was like, yeah, I'll come to the game. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, yo, I want you to meet somebody. He was like, somebody want to meet you. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll come to the game. So shout out to my man, Howie Long. So I got my man, Howie, with me. We go to Boston Garden, go to the game. At the game, we go downstairs in the tunnel. He come out. He like, yo, I got somebody that's a fan of yours. Like he loves you. I'm like, who? And he's like, I'm gonna just bring him out. So he bring him out. Chris Paul come out.
Wow.
So Chris Paul come out and he's like, yo.
He's a kid then.
No, Chris Paul playing with the Clippers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Paul is a sham too.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
Chris Paul's playing with the Clippers. So
okay, this is when you're coaching in Providence at the time.
This is when I'm coaching at Providence. So he
got you.
So I'm standing there and he's like, yo. He's telling my man Howie. He's like, yo, you don't even know who you standing with. And Howie like, you know, we from New York. Howie like, man, what are you talking about, bro? He like, yo, if it wasn't for him and Tim Hardaway, I wouldn't have wanted to play basketball. So mind you, I'm blown. I'm just sitting there.
Who said that? Chris Paul?
This is what Chris Paul saying. So I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there because I'm just
best handles ever.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the story. So when people, because people always be like, "Yo, Chris Paul always give you love," so I'm just sharing the story, like the reason. So he's like, "Yo," he's like, "Bro." So I'm like, "Yo, thanks, I appreciate it." You know, New York, we try to get out of there quick. We like, "Yo, thanks, bro, cool, whatever." So he grabbing my hand. And I'm like, nah, you good. I'm like, yo, bless, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move. Cause you know New York dudes, we like, yo, we don't want all the touching.
Yeah,
All that.
different
So we
niggas.
like,
Yeah,
cool.
facts.
Yeah. We like, yo, it's love, whatever. So then he's like, nah, bro. Like, you think I'm joking? He like, you think I'm joking? He like, yo, hold on for a minute. He calls his man on speakerphone. And he like, yo, who was we just talking about? And his man was like, what are you talking about, Shammgod? He like, yo, I'm standing with him right now. Would you let him know how we used to watch his tapes in high school and we used to watch him and all this and that? So it's just like, so when you get love like that, it's like, it's just a different
Bro, I just saw Sham. I just saw Chris Paul Sham in the playoffs last year.
Against us.
Yes,
Yeah,
against
he gave me a
Dallas.
shout out and gave me a
And
shout
what he
out.
said to you, I know he said something.
No, he gave me a shout out. He gave me a shout out. Like, he was like, yeah, I was doing the Sham versus Sham, like this, right? And then,
Yeah.
And then me and him talked, and I was like, bro, and I said, bro, you know, cause like I usually anybody that do it, I would put it on Instagram, and I was like, bro, you know, I can't put it on Instagram right now because we playing.
Shout out to D-Rock in the building.
I was like, you know, I can't put it on Instagram because we playing against y'all right now. And then he was like, nah, I get it. And he was like, I was just trying to show you love. He was like, you already know how I feel about you. And, you know, and me and him been tight, like, since that day. We've been mad close.
Oh, because I've been waiting for this. Hold on. All right, we have a legend. We have a legend on the line right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's a lot of urban myths. And I just, you know, I'm one of those, like, I played, you know, for Gauchos in Riverside, but I wasn't like no player. I was on the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always been like on that, you know, the conversations on the bench. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, one of the debates, like when I was young growing up, was who was above the rim was about. Like, everyone thought because of the part down the middle, it was about Steph. And I always said, look where it's taking place. And believe it or not, Sham had the Steph part down the middle with the Esco before he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And I used to sound like a fan, but I just want to, like, have you ever heard, like, you know, above the rim maybe was about you as opposed
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a gem though. I'm gonna give you a gem. What people don't know is, not above the rim. Fuck.
Facts, D-Rock.
Not on. Why is it's on my head? The joint with Ray Allen.
Oh, he got game?
He Got Game was about me and Steph.
People
don't know that. Because what happened was, people don't even know. What happened was, me and Steph was supposed to play parts in there. But you couldn't get paid if you was going to college for doing that. And when Spike Lee first approached my father, he wanted Ray Allen character to be named God. And they said no. That's why they did Jesus. That's why his name was Jesus.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But not for nothing, I always thought above the rim made more sense with you. I mean, Harlem, part down the middle.
Yeah. Nah. That was.
And Sham, just so you know,
working
above
out.
The rim, above the rim was about a bunch of people from Harlem that played ball. That's all. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. And Sham, just for the record, because I ain't gonna lie, I was doing that move too, the Sham. But they don't look like you when they do the Sham though.
That's
everybody.
They don't got the arms. Pawns.
Everybody don't do.
No,
it's like fake Shams. They're fake Shams.
It's not even that. Hold on for 1 minute. Let me get this charger. Hold on.
Shit, baby. I really mean that though. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Like when Sham shammed you, niggas' bodies really shifted. So like when I saw Chris Paul do the Sham, like he caught him, but the body didn't.
It was like
yeah, it was like stiff. It was like a stiff Sham.
It was the Chris Paul Sham.
Yeah, it was a CP3 Sham.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Oh yeah, y'all getting a good interview tonight. That's a fact. She dropping some gems. If you feeling Shammgod tonight, put some fire emojis up or something, man. Sham is definitely giving that fire tonight. That's a fact. This is definitely classic in the moment. Shout out to Heck in the building too. We getting to it. Shout out to Danza Report too. High five, yes.
Get Hassan in here, man.
What happened is the reason why it seems like that is because when I do it, I go over the top. Everybody
They saying Westbrook did a okay Sham.
No, his joint was live.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Westbrook Sham is good.
Hold on, Shay.
Yeah,
his joint was fire.
I'm gonna tell you who did the best Sham ever. Lamar Odom.
Nah,
Joe Jim.
Nah, he threw it through his legs. That was like an in and out.
No,
through the
I'm
legs.
gonna tell you. Westbrook is probably my best.
He's the runner up.
No, you know why I would say Westbrook? Because he a person that don't do moves. And then he threw the crazy pass off it.
Yeah, he did.
And style with it. Did the little Harlem style, like the little flair, like.
Yeah.
You know, of course, CP and Kyrie is a given.
Did he say anything to you about that?
Yeah. And then even in the press conference after, he showed me love. He was like, yeah, you know, I had to do that move. You know, that's what the kids be calling the Shammgod and all that. You know, shout out, whatever, you know. And, you know, me and him is mad cool, too.
Thanks.
Yo, the Euro step is here. It's like, that's the new thing. You know what I'm saying? Now they figured out all these new Euro steps they're trying to sneak the fourth step in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's gonna be tomorrow's game. Like, you know,
but let me
the Sham is here forever. The Sham is here forever.
Let me give y'all a jewel though. And people don't know. I mean, people do know, but they don't think about it. So everybody say Euro step, Euro step, Euro step. This is no lie. And if Reg is still on here, high five is still on here. The Euro step when I was growing up was the young life. Kareem Reed used to always do the fake pass, step that way and step this way for the layup. It's the same as a Euro step. The same. It's the same exact move. It's the same exact move. It's the same exact move where you fake the ball that way, but you step this way, go like this, and change direction.
How were you in Kareem Reed battles?
Oh, it was epic. You know what I'm saying?
Epic, right?
Yeah, because you know
CYP, Shay.
You know what I'm saying? I used to look up to Reem. You know what I'm saying? Reem probably got the biggest heart of any player I've ever known.
Can I tell you about a story about Kareem Reed when I was watching him when he went to Arkansas? I remember one game, a dude ripped him or something like that, or he ripped the dude, one of the two. But I think it was him. One of them was going for a fast break, and I think Kareem Reed, like a 7-foot nigga, like chased him down and like intentionally fouled him and threw him into like the basket. This nigga jumped up on ESPN, Tone, got low, was ready to fight this nigga on ESPN. I will never forget that day, Tone. Reed. No, because look, this is what it was.
Shout out to Little Lee.
Yeah, shout out to Reem. When Sham was on TV, it was like wanted to watch him for the dribble move. When Kareem was on TV, it was like I want. He was playing like a street ball game, 100%. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yeah.
But see, when I was coming up, you know, you got to think like Felipe Lopez was the first LeBron James.
Definitely.
Like Felipe Lopez was crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like you got to think like, and that's why I like, in the Players Tribune when I wrote my piece, and I was just talking about like the era of Harlem was so different than, and like a lot of people always say, you know, man, you get mad love, mad respect from people in the NBA. And I said, because, you know, you got to understand the way the kids play now in the NBA, they play like New York.
Yeah.
Like for instance, right? New York is the first place. New York is the first place in the world where you play 5-out basketball, right? So, like right now in the NBA, that's the biggest thing: 5-out basketball, spacing, 5-out basketball. Not really big men. So if you look at New York, everybody in New York had to know. I don't care how big, short you was. You had to learn how to dribble. You had to learn how to rebound. You had to learn how to post up. You got guards posting up in New York, right? So now, when you look at the NBA now,
New York is the first place. Like if you get up by a lot of points, you will hold the ball out and make people play man to man, right? So when you look at the NBA now, that's all they do. They space the floor out and let one person go to work, and they play off that. That was the New York model, like, because there wasn't no shot clocks in New York. So we would just hold the ball and be like, yo, make them play man to man. Make them play man to man.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
I
like,
remember when y'all used to play. You're right. You guys used to sit at the top of the key.
exactly.
And Dave Jones would be like, and Coach Dave McCullough like, not yet, not yet.
Exactly.
And Bruno and them. But look, this is the first time I've ever seen this on here. Yeah, the people in here are loving you, Sham. I never seen nothing pop up like this. There's somebody in here that sent a question. I just clicked on it. You see it?
Yeah. Nah, what's the question? Let me see.
It says Driven. It's from Driven Athletic Academy. Sham, this is D from Gruggs Academy. Tell them how coaches at the camp was trying to pick your brain about the moves.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, when I was at this camp, and the coaches was, you know, that, because like when I go places, people always try to pick my brain about the move, how to do the move, or can you do it like this? And I just sit there and I talk, and I sit there and I tell them, because I mean, information is made to be shared. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you know, like I tell people, humbly saying, if I'm not the best dribbler ever, I'm gonna spark the brain of the best dribbler ever. Period. You know what I'm saying? The best dribbler ever, whoever that is, one day they're always gonna know the Shammgod, regardless of what.
That ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, so when I go in there, I'm just trying to teach the move and show people the move.
Did you copyright that move?
Nah, I ain't do none
You
of that.
can't, right?
No. You could do stuff like that, but for me, it was just like, that's for the universe. I can't.
You gave that to them.
Yeah, because I can't take. That's from up above, so that's for the universe. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great answer, Tom.
Yeah, like stuff like that. That's for the universe. That's not for me to be saying. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told you earlier in the interview, that's what the world gave me. I didn't give myself that. That's what the world gave me. So you know what I'm saying? That's just what that.
What did more for your career? High school basketball or the summer leagues? Not your career, your name.
I would say high school basketball. You know what I'm saying? I would say high school basketball and the hood.
Shout out to Slam in the building. You got Slam in here. It's lit.
Yeah,
Slam.
But you know, but to answer your question, the crazy part is, no, you know what? I take that back. I would say the hood. I wouldn't even say street. I would say the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because
so you saying the hood got the high school to come see you?
The hood drove everything, because I don't know how it happened, and this is how amazing New York is, right? If you look at almost any great person that you think is great, right? I don't care who it is. They always have a New York person with them.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. Like me and Floyd Mayweather's tight.
Floyd again? Floyd again. No, I can't lie. Floyd is that dude on the low. Everybody mentions Floyd.
Listen, me and Floyd, that's my man, right?
Facts. I want to meet Floyd. Floyd, get at me, my dude.
But my man Pop, P. Rilla's from Harlem. He's with Floyd all the time. So no matter where you go, anybody that's great, that you consider great, no New York person, right? So when I say the hood, because my hood translated to other hoods. Like I was just telling you the story about AI. My dudes was arguing with his dudes down there. So it was translated. So then I automatically became somebody down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even like when I was in Harlem, Steph would bring me to Coney Island to play in the summer tournaments that they have in Coney Island. Them dudes at Coney Island love me like I'm from Coney Island.
Crazy.
I come down there and put on the show, do this and that. So it's like.
Shout out to my man Rock. I gotta say, Sham, hold on.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. Rock is the reason why I'm here with you. I was hoping I seen him pop up because I like, no, for real. He showed me and my team love, my family, you know, introduced me to you. Shout out to Rock.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh,
man.
you know that. You know that.
100%.
Family. Oh, that's family. You know that.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to pop up.
Yeah, you
Facts.
know that.
Rock with
But
the
it's like,
assists.
but it's like what people don't understand is like, you know what I'm saying? When you coming from, because yeah, New York is dope. New York is dope. Harlem is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like New York lit. Like New York lit. Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, all that is lit. Harlem is just something
Middle
different.
Bank is in the building. Now you got it lit in here,
like,
Sham. I think that's my man. What's his name, right? Coach Rose, right?
Yeah, Coach Rose. Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Rose. Facts.
Shout out to Coach Rose. Coach Rose did amazing stuff with my son, bro. My son
100%.
loved Coach Rose. Yeah. So like I was saying, like Harlem is just something different. You know what I'm saying? Harlem is just something different, bro. It's just like yeah, all the boroughs is dope, but Harlem is like, I don't care, yo. You could be 10 years old, 9 years old, 12, 13. Harlem just make you think you're a star. Like, out the gate, bro. I don't care on what you do. Harlem.
You was outside in Grand Zoom era?
Yes. That's what
Me
I'm saying.
too. I was a baby, but you're right. Me and my brother
Harlem
couldn't wait to go to Harlem.
Like
It
Harlem
was like going to another world.
Yes. And it's like, and then you know why it's probably like that too is because you got to think all the greatest stars back in the days that ever, they had to come to the Apollo to be solidified.
100%.
So then you got that action going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you come from like, yes, we supposed to be queens. We supposed to be on top. This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So then when we approach it, that's how we approach it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you look at it, and that's why I try to do so much now in Harlem, because when you look at it now, it's like it's so like saturated, and I'll be like, man, we gotta get back to like
more questions.
Doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
More questions at the bottom. They sending them in. We got like 8 questions for you. This is the first time this ever happened on live with me. And I done been on here with rappers with 3 million followers, and this never happened. Shout out to you, my boy. They want to know, how does it feel to have your own sneaker? They took my question.
That's probably one of the best feelings ever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna front. I was at the African spot in Harlem.
Yeah, you said that.
I was in the African spot in Harlem. Some nigga came in and bought the pink horsepower, and he had the shams on. I said, "Oh shit, the sham!" I took a picture and everything. I'm gonna send it to you.
That's a fact.
That ass.
But it's like one of those things. Like, and that's why I said in the beginning, you have to be first. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this wouldn't happen. The universe wouldn't be this kind to me if I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And it's like in a million years, I would never thought I would have my own sneaker. You know what I'm saying?
I know, son.
So for me to have 2 sneakers is
you have 2?
Mind blowing. Yeah, because I had a red pair and I had a black pair and a white pair. The black pair just got sold out. So it's like, and we working on the 3rd pair now. You know what I'm saying? A lifestyle joint.
And then I Googled, I was trying to find for the flyer some jerseys to put on the flyer. Bro, they got your you should you have so many jerseys online of yours for sale, bro.
I know right now, yeah.
Yo,
so
it's like they even have a black and yellow overseas one.
I know that's the joint I played in when I lived in Dubai.
Crazy.
And people, and that's the thing. So like what you just saying, like the crazy joint is. That's why I said it gotta. When you ask that question, I said it gotta be the hood, because it's like, bro. In Dubai, right? I played in Dubai for a year. They got this mirror of me with that jersey on that you saying, shaking this dude up, and it's like a mirror on this wall in the hood of Dubai. And you got the jersey on. I put the picture on Instagram. So it's like that. I was in China for 6 years. I got MVP over there. So it's like it's like university, like the hoods, like they love. So then like for me
So
to
you
have
was in China before Steph.
yeah, I told Steph to go there.
Got you. Makes sense.
See, it's a lot of stuff I don't talk about. So like when people be saying like it's weird because when people say stuff, I always listen and I laugh because I'll be like, yo, when they be like, yo, this or that or this or that, and I'll be like, yo, bro. And like I said, it's not even about bigging myself up, but like I tell people one thing.
No, I'm gonna do it for you. Yo, it's crazy if you really think about it. Like, just think of somebody like Derek Fisher. You're like, that's a point guard. Like, or let's even say Isaiah Thomas. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no mural anywhere of Isaiah Thomas, but God did.
Yeah, God did. Good one. I got another.
But what I'm saying is, my point was like I really love New York. It's not one person. It's not one person, and this is the God's honest truth. What? What? Black Smile. Yeah, I think so. All right. But yeah, but like I said, the one thing I can say is like, when I say I love New York, it's not one dude, and you can ask any dude that ever get on here, which you can ask them. It's not one dude that played basketball after me that I haven't been in a gym with, that I haven't tried to show guidance to, that I haven't overextended my hand like, yo, whatever you need, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, New York, like, yo, we got the magic, bro. Like, we really got it. Like, when it comes to, like, point guards and stuff, we really got it. We don't tap into it all the time because we get caught up and we get through that. And, you know, and I've been there. I've been young. I've been 17 and, like, yo, I want to do it my way. Cool. But it's like, yo, we have to start listening and we have to tap in to each other.
The fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got too many stars. We got too many stars. And when I say stars, I'm not just talking about hood stars. We have too many stars, period. That's doing stuff where it's like, yo, it's like, I don't care if it's from Kimber, Isaiah Washington, all these people. I've been in the gym with all of them. I put my arm around them like, yo, this, and that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's coming from rapping, you got Cam, Mace, you got all these people, bro. Like, we got the magic. Yes. But the problem in New York, we so competitive.
That's the problem.
That we always think it only gotta be one. It don't have to only be one. Like, everybody we always think it's gotta be one. We always think it gotta be one at a time. No, it's okay to like Steph and to like Sham. It's okay to like Steph, Sham, and Rapper. It's okay. Been this thing where we always get caught up in this thing where we like, if I like him, I can't like him. If I like that coach, I can't like that coach. It's like, no. If he win, we all win. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like when I had my sneaker. You know what I was most proud about when I first got my sneaker? I was like, yo, Harlem got somebody with their own sneaker.
Give him a bomb, Tone. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I always said N1 stole the N1 logo. I always said that.
And what's that? That's like something through that's like some Rock Nation shit, kinda.
Nah, like, I see the Puma reached out for me. Puma reached out to me to be the brand ambassador, and then I just love everything that was going on.
Man, for going with the Puma. Puma's is fire right now.
And then my man, and then shout out to my man Henry Jones. For people that know Henry Jones, that's Jay-Z's best friend.
Yeah.
He came to me like, yo, I think you would be good for them. I want you to have a conversation with them, this, and that. And then after that, I signed with Rock Nation, and Henry, bless him, changed my life for all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like what we gotta understand. It's just like when we all do something, and not just because I'm on your show right now. Every time you come on, because people know you're from here, supposed to be flooded. Just I don't care who on here, supposed to be flooded. Because it's like that's the support we gotta have. Because when you look at other places, that's how they ride. That's how they ride.
That's exactly how they ride.
Yeah, and that
He's right.
Know why? You know who made them like that? We made them like that because we was winning so much.
They had to. They had to
that
outdo
Atlanta,
us.
they had to get
Yes.
together and be like, yo,
Right, Tone.
this is
So I
Atlanta.
can't name another
Yo,
person
this
that
is
gets
Chicago.
his kind
This
of
is
love.
Yeah.
There's not
You know what I'm
another
saying?
person alive.
Yeah, but we got to get these questions in, Sham. You got
Nah,
so many.
good. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, they want to know, do you train kids, and what's the youngest age you train?
The youngest age I train is 5 years old.
You can't see the questions?
No. My thing is moving. My thing is moving slow, but I see him. I see him. After you say it, I see it.
Okay, no, because I got it. It's like Instagram like pins it at the bottom.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Nah, it's not coming. It's not pinning on mine. It's just keep moving up. Like,
Okay, got you.
moving up.
Well, this is from
Yeah.
Ricky Fontaine.
Yeah, like the youngest I train is 5 years old, and that's the thing. Like, I'm patient, so like I want your kid to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in here, you know. And shout out to all the trainers, because I'm not here to say nothing about no trainers, but I'm not here for the video and all. I don't care about that. I want your kid to get that magic. Period.
Facts. That's a fact. Okay, here go another question. This is crazy. Shout out to everybody. Okay. Let's see. Let's put it there so people can.
But I'm really like, I'm shocked when I'm really thinking about it. Like the amount of like the love that and the respect you get from like the NBA. Like
Yeah,
you
mad love.
Okay. You know what, Jaden Pierre?
Yeah. Jaden, yeah, that's family. He go to Providence. You crazy? He about
Okay,
to turn
shout out.
up.
Oh, shout out
He
to
about to
Jaden
turn
Pierre.
up.
Okay, that's a good one. He said, "Big bro." He said, oh, "That's crazy." He said, "Big bro, what's good? When am I gonna get my workout?" That's crazy.
I got soon as I hit the town, I got you. Like, I got you. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like dudes like Jaden Pierre, like they next in line. You know what I'm saying? And soon I get in town, I definitely got him. You know what I'm saying? Soon I come up there, and we'll be up there. We'll be up there soon. And when I come to Boston to play the Celtics, I'm gonna make sure I got him.
Got you. Okay, this one is from Mr. Williams 712. Was there ever a player that was a problem in a battle for you whenever you played each other? So what was your toughest battle?
Yes, like I tell people, and that's the thing. See, and this is the reason why I get the love, because like I'm always gonna tell the truth. Yo, the worst player I ever played, I don't care where it was. I don't care if it was 100 times. If it was 100 times, he probably cooked me like 99 times, bro. There's no way I could do anything with him, and that was Shaheem Holloway. I always say that.
Give it a bomb, Tone. Yo, I can't lie. We didn't talk about him. You're right. He was a killer. But you know,
no, but let me
you
tell you
was a
something.
little
Let me
bit
tell you
more.
the funny joint. Let me tell you the funny joint, though, right? So, I will always have a problem with Shaheem. Steph will cook Shaheem, and I will always get the best of Steph.
God, you was crazy. It's all about matchups. You're right. I feel you.
Matchups. It was like the craziest thing. And I mean, I would go to sleep early, like, yo, I can't wait to play against Shaheem. Can't wait. I said, today is the day. And for some reason, I could have my best, yo. I wouldn't be making shots.
Now, where did y'all play?
Are you talking at that time at CYP?
No, he's probably talking.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
No, he know what he talking about. He know what he talking about. Yo.
I tell you,
I was thinking more Golden Hoops.
No, it was at CYP,
No,
but
CYP
and then Steph came back and beat Sham in CYP.
Wait, who did you play with? You played with Gauchos in CYP, right?
Nah.
Yes. No. I played with Aim High.
Aim High.
Aim High.
That's right. And you played with Gauchos in the Golden Hoops.
Played with Gauchos and Golden Hoops. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Reg was on that team too.
Yeah, and then me and Steph played against each other in Wheelchair Classic, and I got MVP.
Got you.
It was Brooklyn versus Manhattan. It was Brooklyn versus Manhattan.
Yo, that's the one thing I gotta say.
Yo, Sham is the man. Sham has at least 20 questions in here. We gotta get to the questions because the battery's getting low. From In the Moment. Shout out to In the Moment. What made you leave the NBA so early and not come back?
Nah, what happened was, nah, I can't take credit. Don't give me that much credit. I ain't no fool now. I just kept my ass in the NBA. What happened was, my second year I got injured,
and then I took like 6 months off to come back, and then when I came back, they wanted me to play the CBA to see if I was healthy. And at that time, when I first got in the NBA, you know, like because I've never been like I never like don't drink, don't smoke, none of that stuff. So when I got in the NBA, as soon as I got my money, I bought a house. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time I had a kid. I had a kid when I was 17. So I'm taking care of my kids and stuff like that. So when I came back and they wanted me to play the CBA, at that time CBA wasn't giving no money.
Thanks.
No money.
So you took your talents overseas.
China.
Gotcha.
I went to China. China offered me $400,000. Went to China. Played in China. I start killing. I killed in China. Got MVP. Played against Yao Ming. This is before Yao Ming even came to the NBA. So then that summer, this how I said the universe works. That summer, I come to Dallas to try to get back in the league. I come to Dallas. They put me on the summer league team. I do work in the summer league team. That's the same year they drafted Kenny Satterfield.
Shout out to Kenny. We got Kenny on here next week.
Yeah. So I come to summer league, and then I'm talking to after the summer league. I go to the Knicks. I go with the Knicks to their summer league. Me and Kenny was on the summer league team in LA. So then I come back. I go to the Knicks to summer league. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'll probably give on with the Knicks or whatever. Then the Knicks was like, we can't give you nothing guaranteed, but you can get a partial guarantee, and we see how it work out. At that time, China came back with an offer. Then they paid me stupid money, and they was like, we're going to pay you for 12 months just so you wouldn't play nothing else. Then once I got to China, I got comfortable, and then like the second year, the third year after I got MVP, Seattle was still in the NBA. Seattle scout came over there. They came to see Yao Ming. So I played against Yao Ming in the All-Star game. I had like 45 points. So Seattle was like, yo, we going to get you. Like, this summer, we taking you. And I was like, cool, whatever. That summer, Seattle folded. They took Seattle out the league. And then after that, I just was like, yo, listen, if any team want me, they got to come over here to get me because I'm not trying out. I'm not doing no tryouts. Not when I got guaranteed money. Because then at that point, it was a gift and a curse that I was. At that point, it was a gift and a curse that I was from New York and I was from Harlem. Because at that point, I was like, yo, just like a true Harlem dude, yo, listen, B, it's about the paper. All that other shit is for the
Facts. Give him a bomb. Talk about the bag.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, all that other stuff, if you don't got no money at the end of this thing, nobody cares. All that other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody playing on CBA, we go get a guaranteed bag.
Yeah, exactly. So then I just stayed. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
You see who Liquor I got here? I know all about China.
Yeah.
That's your man Russ Liquor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So to his, and that's what I'm saying. So to his credit, like, yeah, sometimes I think about it, sometimes I don't. But the main thing is where I'm at in life now, I wouldn't change nothing about the person I am now and what's going on now. Because the crazy joint is I could have played in the NBA 20 years, never had a sneaker.
Exactly.
I could have played in the NBA 20 years.
They respected your grind. They respect your grind, Sham.
Yeah, I could have played in the NBA 20 years and messed the whole myth. And I could have played in the NBA 20 years and messed the whole myth up.
Got you. Now, the next question. Give it a bomb, Tone.
Damn, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. The next question is from my man Rose from Millbank. He wants to know, was there ever a time that you wanted to give up and not pursue your dreams?
Yeah, man. It's been plenty of times, you know what I'm saying? But like a true Harlem dude, you know what I'm saying? We hold our head up high and people don't know. And people don't even know. Like, to be real and like, and this probably, I probably said this one time in my life on another interview, and the interview never got published. But shout out to my boy J5 because he always be like, yo, if people heard that interview, they might start crying. Cause and I'm talking about it because it's Rose, and Rose like know me because like Rose, like I said, when I was working out, doing like playing overseas and stuff,
Rose was one of the people that was there for my son, guiding him and stuff like that. So
Facts.
it was always mad love for Rose. So what people understand, right? And this is the realest thing ever. When I went to Providence to coach, I was like, at that point, I had 2 years left on my contract in China. I got injured. I came back to Providence to work out, to get back in shape, like, you know, to do treatment and all that. And I was spending money like house, doing stuff, mad stuff. And at that point, I was just like living off savings. This is when I say you gotta have true friends. So I'm like, man, I don't know what the future gonna hold. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of those points, like Rose saying, I was like, man, only thing I kept saying is, yo, I can't end up just here. I just can't end up in New York, B. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna come next. I'm like, but I just know I can't end up in New York. And then, like a true New York person, when we get down, we kind of like shy away from everybody. So it was mad people reaching out to me, Garnett, different people, and I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm like, I ain't gonna be around them. I ain't sweating them. I ain't gonna be around them. You know, like New York dudes. I ain't
Yeah, of
sweating
course.
that. Yeah, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? So I go to Providence. And remember earlier in the story I was telling you about Corey Wright. Now, Corey Wright, my brother, like he went to Providence because I went to Providence. So, and this shout out to Corey, right? And that's why I will always love him to this day. So, mind you, I left Providence, went to the NBA. Corey stayed in Providence, worked correction, and do real estate. And at this point, I'm coming up to Providence to go back to school. I only got savings. I got like probably like 20,000 left in the bank. No job, no nothing. I'm like, no degree, because I didn't finish. I'm like, yo, I got to go back to finish school. So I go back in the summer. I'm taking summer classes. Now it's like, do I want to go back to China and finish my contract? Or do I want to, I'm like, because now I'm getting older. So I'm like, what's next after this China? I could go there for 2 years and then come back and be nothing. So I come back. I tell the school I want to come. They like, cool. I come there to be a graduate assistant. So me being a graduate assistant, you can't get paid. So now I'm up there. Only thing they can pay for is my school. So they paying for my school. People don't even know that first year of the whole year, I slept on my boy Corey Wright's floor in the basement on a cot. You know what I'm saying? And through that whole time, my nigga Corey Wright was breathing life in me. Like, yo, you Shammgod, don't worry about it. You're going to get back on your feet. You good. Don't worry about it. And this is what I said when you need true friends. You know what I'm saying? Because
Give him a bump, Corey Wright.
He could have looked at it a different way. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, bro, you stay up here. Don't worry about rent. Don't worry about nothing. You just live here. You just stay here and get back on your feet. He was like, cause you a star. You supposed to be a star. Yo, you gonna be good. Don't worry about it. Once you finish school, cause at that point I didn't know what I wanted to do. And he was like, yo, the people just gotta see you on TV. He like, yo, you a basketball person. He like, just focus on ball and work. Cause at this point, niggas was offering me all type of stuff. Like dudes offering me, yo, you want to be a celebrity trainer? It was other dudes like, yo, you need work? You know, because that's how I go. You need work,
Yeah.
You want to do this, you want to do that. And my boy like this, like, nah, bro, don't worry about the money. Just focus, you're going to be good. Pretty short, stayed in his basement for a year. Next year, Providence, shout out to Providence, they gave me housing, free housing. They gave me free housing, no rent, no nothing, no light bills, no nothing. Just stay here. Cool. Even though I wasn't getting paid, you know, I could eat on campus. I was doing all that. Yeah, so I'm chilling. I'm like, cool, doing all that. Any little money I got, I'm sending back to take care of my sons. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sweatsuit every day, regular, just nothing. I don't even know the love I got because Instagram and all that stuff wasn't popping.
Yeah.
So I ain't seeing people. So now, like I said, then I start seeing Chauncey. I start seeing all these people. Then I'm like, man. And then Corey like, yo, I told you, niggas love you, bro. You just got to be out here. Right after that, next thing I know, NBA call, bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying? And what people don't understand, sometimes you got to take a step back.
Wait, so you mean
on
the NBA called you to
yeah,
working for them
because
or playing?
no. Because what happened was I started training players like Chris Dunn, all these people. He's the number one point guard in the country. Chris Dunn, the number one point guard in the country. He's the number 4 draft pick. So now they like, yo, look what Sham did with him.
Nice.
So now they like, yo, nah. Then my man Bryce Cotton, he became the Big East leading scorer. He cooking.
Oh
like, yo,
yeah, he's ill. He's sick.
You know what I'm saying?
He's sick.
Yeah, they like,
Yeah.
they like, yo, he training these dudes for real. So then, you know, they came. I come meet Mark Cuban. I start talking, and then Cuban like, yo, I love you. Straight like that. Cuban like, I love you. And when people don't understand this, you gotta take a step back, and you gotta when you start believing in yourself, don't focus on the money, focus on the opportunity.
I say it all the time, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because like when people don't know, like even when I first got in the NBA, my first job in the NBA was $70,000. You know what I'm saying? Like people think because I was in the NBA, they're like, yo, the nigga get money. Yo, a nigga that work a regular job was getting more money than that at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and what people understand, it was people in LA. This is how crazy it was, right? A dude in LA offered me a job. He said, yo, we'll give you $170,000 every year for 3 years to run this gym and benefits. And I'm like, okay. Mind you, I'm at Providence. I'm not getting one dime. So the dude was like, yo, you got 2 months to say yes or no. So I'm sitting there. People around me like, yo, take that job, bro. I'm telling you, take that job. I'm like, so then I called him. I said, nah. I said, because if I do this and it don't work, I can't go back to the NBA. Because at that time, my job was only getting paid like $70,000. So he was like, yo. I was like, at that point, he was like, yo. And then Chauncey Billups, all of them was like, yo, don't worry about it. This is just the first salary. Once you get past this, you're going to be good. And I was like, all right, cool. Whatever. So they was like, yo, 170,000. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, yes. But I was like, yo, if I do this and it don't work, I can't go to the NBA. I was like, but if I go to the NBA and it don't work, I can always come back and get this job.
Yeah.
Because I just came out of the NBA.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So to make a long story short, now life is amazing. Like we ain't talk like that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's
cool
a fact.
on that. Like,
no, 100%. Shout out to Mark Cuban, real dude. Okay, you got more questions before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, Mogul Worldwide. He said, did the NBA lockout happen when you came back?
Yeah, see, like that's a good question because what people understand is when I got drafted, you know, the first year, you know, was learning curve, whatever. That summer I was supposed to play summer league. That summer I was supposed to play summer league. It was a lockout, so I couldn't play summer league. So summer league is when the rookies come the next year and supposed to get crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when I couldn't play summer league, that's a missed opportunity to show what I could do. You know what I'm saying? And that happened not just for me. That happened like Reggie Freeman came out my year. Same thing for him. You know what I'm saying? Reg was in the fucking leading scorer in the country.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. me and Reg was on a plane going to Chicago together.
That's crazy. Shout out to Reg.
Me and Reg, yo, the crazy joint is me and Reg was living in a house in Connecticut working out every day.
Oh, Reg said facts.
Yo, it was me, Reg, Chauncey Billups, and Gordon Malone. We lived in a house in Stamford, Connecticut.
Wow.
Working out every day with trainers.
Crazy.
So that whole year was kind of crazy because even the next year, like it was a lockout year, so it was just a bad timing for everyone that was in that whole little era. Unless you was like in that top 5 and all that, in that whole little era, it was like a real strange time. You know, everything just happened at that time. So it was like it was just one of those times where sometimes you just gotta take your hat off and say, yo, it was meant to be. is meant to be. What's not meant to be is not meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why the NBA takes care of you so much, man, because they know like they're not the one that should have been there.
Facts. Okay,
Yeah.
so Ricky Fontaine, he said, is Jalen Brunson going to have the Knicks make the playoffs?
That's tough, man, because the East is tough. Like, it's tough. The NBA is tough right now. Like, people that the one thing, this is what I'm gonna give you. The one thing with Jalen, right? What the Knicks didn't have in the last probably 10 years.
Who's I'm from the soul?
He's gonna be the most consistent player. He's gonna be the most consistent player that the Knicks done had in a while.
Give him a bomb, Tone. I mean, he knows him. He trained him.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jalen's nice, bro. Like,
yeah, he is.
Like, he's never gonna have. See, Jalen's one of those players. He's never gonna have good day, bad day. He always gonna have a day. You know what I'm saying? Because he's never one of those people that be high, low. He's never gonna be arguing with the fans. Because the fans never gonna argue with him because he always gonna give you everything he got.
Yeah. So New York fans gonna love him.
Yeah, they're gonna love him because that's what he's about. You know. Now everything else, I really don't know. But him, he gonna do good there. He gonna do good there. He gonna be because it ain't no moment too big for him.
Got you.
And that's what the Knicks need. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I'm saying? They need that, and it's like, you know, they just gotta figure out a lot of other things. But the Knicks is dope. You know, the Knicks is home team. You know, they New York, so they always dope, and they always gonna have a chance. Because first of all, they always gonna have a chance because the fans gonna make sure they have a chance.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So you know that's it right there. So but like I said,
what made you choose Providence? I forgot to ask you that.
Because the two schools I was gonna go to in high school was Manhattan Center and Talent Time before Talent Time got closed down. So Kareem was already at Talent Time. Kareem was at Talent Time. Talent Time was the #1 high school in the country before they closed down. Bobby Gonzalez was the assistant coach at Talent Time. One day I was in the train going to LaSalle, and I hopped the train. And the police pulled me in, not a jail, but you know how you have the jails in
in the stations. Of course.
The jails in the station.
Of course.
So they pulled me in there. Earlier that week, Bobby Gonzalez gave me his card. So I'm like, I can't call my mom's in them. So I'm like, yo, call this guy right here. So they called Bobby Gonzalez. He came and got me. He never told my parents and all that. So when my junior year, when I first got McDonald's All-American, Bobby just got the job at Providence. So I was the first person he recruited. So I was the first person he recruited. So because of that incident, you know, I went there because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Providence, Maryland, and me and Steph had the same schools.
They said Kareem Reed is in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Reem. So like you know what's so crazy? I could have been at Syracuse, but they wanted to wait for Steph. They was like, we'll take both of you, but we still gonna recruit Steph. When I went, I was like, I'm not going to a school unless I'm the point guard. If I sign, I don't want you to sign no other guard. So of course I was open on, like, anybody that know me, I was open on Georgia Tech because of Kenny Anderson. And then the year before that, they took my big man. They took my big man, Ed Lee Smith, at Georgia Tech. Of course. So me and Bobby Crimmins was already cool. But because me and Steph was so tight, I knew Steph was picking Georgia Tech. Everybody thought Steph was picking Syracuse because his brother went there and all that. I was like, yo, there's no way he's picking Syracuse over Georgia Tech. So me and Behan had a conversation. I was like, yo, I'll sign. I'm ready to sign. He was like, yeah, but we still gonna take Steph. And you know, he was like, y'all can play in the backcourt because y'all play in the backcourt in Gauchos. I was like, yeah, but this is not Gauchos. So I was like, you sure? I was like, you sure? He was like, yeah, I'm sure we're gonna wait for Steph. The day I signed with Providence, the next day he signed with Georgia Tech.
So you saying he was gonna see what you was gonna do?
No. He knew what he was doing, but he was holding out to the last minute because he knew I was going to sign before him. So he knew. So what he did was he burnt Syracuse on purpose because Syracuse got neither one of us, and they was hot because they had
You could have went there.
They had called the next day and asked me would I decline from going to Providence, and I was like no. I was like, no, I already signed. I'm not taking it back now because, you know, because
y'all was supposed to be like, okay, you know what? We on Shammgod, we off Steph.
Exactly. And they didn't do that. So I was like, nah.
Yo, they were trying to be greedy. Bayham's trying to be greedy.
Yo, the Providence make their shorts.
And that's that shit Rock was talking about.
Yo,
Go ahead.
Did Providence make their shorts longer because you came there? Because I remember the year before them just was short as hell.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact right there. First of all, Providence is doing everything I wanted to do at that time. Like that was because you know at that time I was the second All-American to ever go there. You know what I'm saying? At that time. Because the other All-American before me was Jalen Rose's father.
Kareem Reed, we coming for you, baby. We need that story. Yeah, we need that story, Reed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but Sham, I don't want to. Unfortunately, I'm on 1%. I'm really upset. No, Sham, it's not good. It's not good.
Go do the sit down.
Yo, Sham, Sham, I'm not gonna lie.
Go get a beard sponsor.
Not only you a great dude, you're a great interviewer. This is the best interviewer I've like you, Reggie Freeman, Rock. I done interviewed all the rappers. This is great shit with you guys, man. Thank you guys, man.
You know that.
No, for real.
Always, you know that.
No, because you guys giving me the shot. There's plenty of guys that want to do this, man. And you guys all gave me the shot, man. And I'm mad because I only got 1%.
Damn, I got one last question.
Hurry up, so I only got 1%.
Okay. Summer basketball. What summer tournament had the best sound system? UDC or the Rucker?
Come on, Rucker. It's not even close, bro.
Rucker was the you know he ain't gonna say the
Rucker's the mecca. Nah, UDC. I rock with UDC. UDC dope. That tournament was dope. Like we love UDC, but come on, Rucker is Rucker. Rucker is Rucker. We can't.
My man here said, "Do you remember playing a team from Queens called TMP? Take no prisoners."
Yeah.
Yeah, my man was running with them. Facts. Okay, one last question before we get out of here. This is a good one too. The King Bish got the best question of the night. Who's your top 5 players in the NBA?
Top 5 players: Steph, Kyrie, Bron, KD.
You gotta say Luka.
Oh yeah, L. Yeah, L.
Gotta say Luka.
Yeah,
I'm so mad. Is this about to die? Because I didn't even get into fucking Luka.
Yeah. Nah, the Dawn is the Dawn.
The Dawn is the sickest. Hold on, real quick.
Sit down.
So real quick, how is it working with Luka?
What'd you say?
How is it working with Luka?
Luka's a masterpiece.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Luka's one of them people. Luka's one of them people like when I work with Cole, like Luka's one of them people like if you give something little to, he just take it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Luka's